Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can see my guy. Hold on, give me a sec. Let's see. There he is. There's the little guy. Hello, everyone. Yes, Cassia, -14 indeed. Everyone in chat, thank you all for spamming 14. We gotta get the stream going. We gotta make people know. This is gonna be the peakest stream of the day, probably. I don't think any of my other friends are streaming, so that means by default, I'm the best. I feel like for the next couple streams, we're going to have to talk about this because the other day on Withered Circle stream, we came up with -14 theory. Withered Circle, yes, let's go. Stop spamming 14, start spamming -14. Exactly. Okay, let me explain it real quick. So, all of you should be well aware of 14 theory. 14 theory is the idea that in Toy Chica's high school years, locker 14, the number is slanted on its side. If you look at the UCN roster, Golden Freddy is number 14 and his head is slanted to the side. My goat Withered Circle over here just put out a video about Nedbear, the character from FNAF 6, and how he might be that game's version of Golden Freddy. So like Golden Freddy always has an incarnation of himself who appears to change along with the rest of the band. So like in FNAF 2, he's Withered. In FNAF 1, he's Fixed again. In Sister Location, he's Yendo, and he looks like a Funtime animatronic. So the idea is that Nedbear in FNAF 6 is sort of the Golden Freddy of that game. And in UCN, Nedbear's spot on the roster is -14. If you count from the back and you count back 14, it's there. So he's -14. And his head is slanted in the opposite direction of Golden Freddy. So Nedbear, -14 theory, it's a thing. Wither said he's going to post a video about it on Sunday. So be hyped for that. I'll probably end up linking that at the end of the stream to go and watch me and Withered stream from the other day. But yeah, that's a new thing that we're all going to have to, keep teaching people. Like next year when I release my all the FNAF memes of 2026 video, -14 theory is going to be in there. So today we are going to be continuing reacting to videos that were posted before FNAF 2 about the movie. So predictions and trailer analyses. We did all of the film theory episodes. And yesterday, over on Unwithered Truth's channel, me, Unwithered, and T-Dreads reacted to a stream that me, Unwithered, and T-Dreads did before the movie came out. So we were watching ourselves and talking about our predictions, and we got, like, so much stuff wrong. Because the movie was really hard to predict, and so much stuff just, like, came out of nowhere. And you could say that that's good to be unpredictable, and you can say it's bad, because it's bad writing for most of the movie. So today, I'm on the chopping block. We're going to go through, we're going to put GiBi on trial, and we're going to see what my old predictions were. I know for a fact I very confidently stated that Faz Fest happened in the past, so that's wrong, but I don't even remember half the other stuff I talked about. So we can watch you fail to remember Poland. Yeah, over on Withered Circle's channel, we did a geography quiz, and I'm not very good at geography. Right before we start, so scrolling up, Violet Poppy did ask my thoughts on Iron Lung. I only saw it once. I've heard it's better the second time. I give it a 2 out of 5, which is not bad for me. That's actually kind of average. I think that an average movie is actually below average. I know, it doesn't make any sense, but it does if you think about it. I think it was too long, and I know that that's not really an interesting criticism, because you could say that about any movie that's, like, over 2 hours, I guess. What I mean when I say it's too long is that the concept is spread very thin. We are in one location with one actor for the entire movie, and I think it loses a lot of its punch. I think it loses a lot of focus on the good scenes when there's so many long, drawn-out, lower-quality scenes. I don't mean, it's too long, I don't want to sit in the theater for 2 hours. I mean, the pacing is bad. We go from interesting plot segment to interesting plot segment with way too much stuff in between. A good, editor can cut out lots of things without actually losing things of value. And I really think that was the main issue with it. I didn't have a problem with the script. I didn't have a problem with the acting after the first scene. I think Markiplier kind of delivered expository dialogue a little too dramatically in the beginning, but as it went on, it was great. Set was incredible, didn't have any problem with, like, the special effects or anything. I think the pacing was bad, and kind of like with the FNAF 2 movie, whenever there's confusion in a screenplay or a movie, you sort of have to ask yourself, is this on purpose, or is this a result of the writer not knowing how to convey their ideas. And so I know for a fact that a lot of this movie is probably based on, like, the horrors of the unknown and not really understanding why things are the way that they are. No spoilers. But, you know, why are things like this? Oh, I'm scared. I don't understand the vastness of space and the uncaring nature of nature. But I also think there are probably some parts of it that are just not communicated properly. And as someone who has not played the game, I was lost for a lot of the movie. Also, a lot of people were saying that there were sound issues in their theaters. I did not experience that, but I am partially deaf, so I did have problems hearing the intercom. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Iron Lung. All right, who do we got here? We got Mim is Art, we got Sophie, we got Gadget Guy Gary, we got Zeno, we got Violet Poppy, we got Eric, and Withered Circle is here. Withered, if you want to join the stream, you know where I am, and you can hop on in. What's up, Desire Without Emotion? All right, so we're going to get started. This is my Puppet new FNAF movie trailer video, and it was uploaded on July 24th. So this is one of my first coverages of the trailer, and we're going to see how wrong I was. Let's begin. What is up, B-dubs?
Hello and welcome to something you've seen 3 times already, but now with a bald man.
Someone left that in the comments on one of my first reaction videos, and I've now made it my mantra, my little catchphrase. I love opening videos with that.
We're going to be watching the FNAF 2 trailer that just came out. This is the first official full-length trailer. The one that came out earlier this year was a teaser trailer. The difference is length and usually the amount of teasing that it does for the movie. Like, it's going to give away more plot. So if you want to go to the movie completely blind, don't watch this, and don't watch me watching it.
Because the trailers will go on to spoil the entire movie. Actually, if we skip ahead, hold on. He's going to read the description, he being me. One of the first shots in the trailer is literally the last shot of the movie. It's crazy what kind of stuff they spoiled. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding everyone, Desire Without Emotion. We have 69 viewers, but only 17 likes. What are you doing? Let's go, let's continue.
Yes, my name is GiBi, this is the Horror Homestead,
That's
and
me.
There's 2 versions of the trailer. I don't know why. On the Universal Pictures page, as you can see here, 2 minutes and 22 seconds. But if we go to Blumhouse, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Universal's 2 seconds longer, so we're going to be watching that one. I don't know what the difference is. However, I do know what the difference is in the descriptions. Blumhouse's description. Come find us. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 hits theaters December 5th. Written by Scott Cawthon. Directed by Emma Tammy. Starring Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, Elizabeth Lail, and Piper Rubio. Whereas the Universal one says basically the entire synopsis. They're not just at Freddy's anymore. In 2023, Blumhouse's box office horror phenomenon Five Nights at Freddy's, based on the blockbuster game series by Scott Cawthon, became the highest-grossing horror film of the year. Now a shocking new chapter of animatronic terror begins. 1 year has passed since the supernatural nightmare at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The stories about what transpired there have been twisted into a campy local legend, inspiring the town's first ever Faz Fest. So all my predictions about Faz Fest being in the past, I was wrong. But when
Wait, when did I miss one? When did I predict that? I must have reacted to the teaser trailer. We'll go back and we'll find that in a minute.
He sneaks out to reconnect with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. It will set into motion a terrifying series of events, revealing dark secrets about the true origins of Freddy's, and unleashing a long-forgotten horror hidden away for decades. The Puppet, or Springtrap? No, not Springtrap. He was in the other one, The Puppet. The cast of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 includes returning co-stars Theodis Crane as Jeremiah. Who is what? I do not remember this person. Who's Jeremiah?
Oh, I didn't remember Jeremiah. He was the guard friend. I think once I start watching the trailer, I'm gonna remember who that is.
And the legendary Matthew Lillard as William Afton. The film features new characters played by Freddie Carter, Shadow and Bone Pennyworth, Wayne Knight, Jurassic Park Seinfeld. I will never learn that man's name, he's just Newman. McKenna Grace from Ghostbusters and Annabelle Comes Home. And horror icon Skeet Ulrich from Scream and Riverdale. I don't know, he's in Scream. He plays Matthew Lillard's buddy in that. The first Freddy's film opened to a record-shattering $80 million in October 2023 and went on to earn almost $300 million worldwide. I don't know what's record-shattering about that. First comment, Tom. Definitely not the Freddy's I remember. Let's see what they're all yapping about.
On Vinted, turn extra clothes into cash.
Same old phone,
always zero
same old
selling
hat.
fees.
New old hat, hat new, Vinted. Same old deer, Little Caesars, deer deal. Everyone get excited for the Super Bowl. Skip. All right.
Van. Looks like a ghost-busting van. You know what? That's probably the news crew that we saw in the original teaser. I'm going to be pausing it a lot because copyright stuff.
I'm also going to be pausing it a lot because of copyright stuff. I don't want GiBi's Horror Homestead to strike down this video. I'm so curious. Again, I literally don't remember making this video. I don't know what my predictions are going to be. I don't even remember Freddie Carter's in this trailer, but I don't remember what I say about it.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
That's what it do
Definitely
be.
not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location.
Ooh.
This is the original.
Okay. Okay, I don't know. Were those the toys on the outside? Hold on.
Yes, they were.
What? Hold on. On the sign. Go to the sign. Show me the sign. Those are the toys. It's not like a movie unwithered version. That's the toys. The toys were more original than the franchise location. I assure you that this is going to be like they're going to uncover the puppet or Mangle or something. How can that be the original? So there is a theory, specifically I think Unwithered Truth believes this. So there is a theory that the FNAF 2 location is Fredbear's. There's a line from Phone Guy that's like, we're going to reach out to the original owner of the restaurant, which could mean the original's like over there, or it could mean the original owner of this building. So there is a theory that FNAF 2's location is Fredbear's Family Diner, but that would be really weird. I don't know. That's very odd.
Not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
Which makes ours the sister location.
Nobody's been here for decades.
That was like a log flume ride. There's Balloon Boy. Saw the carousel. Ooh, don't like that.
Some little girl got murdered here.
Charlie, she died.
Charlie, she did die there. It's so, seeing me be like shocked, oh my god, it's the original location. This is from like 8 months ago. And it's like, we have since then, it was such a dramatic shift in our way of thinking about the series, but we've now just completely accepted and internalized it and be like, yep, no, that's the story. It's the original location and the toys came before the classics. Very odd. That's kind of why I'm reacting to all of these, because back then it's hard to remember what it was like to have less information, and it is crazy that we have these kind of things that we're like, oh my god, this doesn't make any sense. Wild, wacky, even.
First. Puppet.
Do you guys hear that?
Foxy Log Flume. The music box. Oh my god. Okay, so I think that to the observer, right, to someone who doesn't know FNAF lore, we're probably about to get jump scared by the puppet. I think that the implication is that the puppet, like, oh, a little girl got murdered here, like, by the puppet, but no, we're gonna see later, I'm pretty sure, that it's Willie Afton.
What a crazy guess. I'm the greatest prophet of all time.
Puppet. That's the puppet. She's gonna get killed by the puppet. I love it. I want it.
So this is what it's like? Being normal?
Okay, so this is Vanessa and it's Mike on a
We've come
date.
pretty far, considering what we've been through.
How's that?
Okay, so, at the time, if you guys haven't been keeping up with, like, all my streams with Unwithered and T-Dreads, there were leaks that came out about the movie months ago, like back in May. And one of the leaks was that Mike and Vanessa would go on a date. The other leaks involved were that there would be 2 Mikes in the movie. There would be a Mike Afton and a Mike Schmidt, and that they'd be different characters, which ended up being true. And then there were 2 that ended up not being true. And those are that Garrett possesses Balloon Boy, and Abby is killed at the end of the movie by the puppet. So when I'm watching this, knowing those spoilers in the back of my mind, and I see a shot of Vanessa and Mike dating, I go, oh no, the leaks are true. So this pained expression on my face is me in real time realizing, oh no, they're going to kill Abby and Garrett is Balloon Boy. But I couldn't say it because I didn't want to spoil the movie. So, if you guys watch this video and you're like, why does he look so angry right there? It's because I was realizing in real time what was going to happen in the movie. I was wrong, thankfully. But here we are.
Someday she's good.
So, okay, Vanessa didn't go to jail, or did go to jail? She's out of the hospital, obviously. But why are they on, like, a romantic, professional date when they just, like, hang out in person normally? Like, asking how Abby is mean that she hasn't, like, been to his house since she got out of the hospital. She hasn't been, like, just, like, come over. She's like, Mike, I want to reconnect with you. Let's get dressed up and go out to dinner. Weird. I don't know how I feel about these 2 being in a relationship. I asked my community a couple weeks ago what they thought. Yeah, I don't know. People are still...
I don't remember any of these. So I asked, do you feel like Vanessa and Mike will date? Felt intentional from the movie. Luke and Leia, like someone said. That's his sister, maybe. I think they should chase each other with forks. Feels like self-cessed. Personally, I enjoy being able to see male and female characters interact without the movie forcing them into romance, but I don't care either way if people ship them or not. That's probably my answer. I saw this quote a very long time ago from Miyazaki, who was asked, like, why don't your characters ever, like, pair up and date each other in the movies? And he's like, a lot of my movie characters are, like, kids, and, like, friendship exists. Like, I think it's important to just depict friendship, period. And ever since I read that quote, I'm like, that is really important. We don't get enough stories like that where the main characters don't end up married at the end. And so I would be totally fine with these guys not doing that. But now that they've started dating, it's been entered into the story, and so it's possible.
Worried that they might be brother and sister, so... What's she doing? She's building something.
Some days she
A little animatronic
Well, you see, Toy Chica has a 3D printer.
hand. Yep, there we go. We got regular Chica, and just some art supplies in the background. Oh, there's a rabbit that she drew. Little rabbit, huh. I think that she would be scared of rabbits. Interesting.
friends.
I missed Toy Chica not having her beak right there. That is my eternal 99% noticer sin, where I didn't see it happening. So it's destroying my noticing reputation from now until the end of time. I didn't see that Toy Chica was missing her beak.
Story that you're gonna fix those animatronics.
Oh, the Faz Talker. That's the Faz Talker from the teaser. I wonder where she
It's only
got
giving
it.
her false hope.
God, I wish I could read the back. I can't.
Can any of you hear me?
They're fixing the house. Oh.
That's a completely different house, idiot. I'm gonna grab my Faz Talker. I don't know if there's anything on the back. I've never actually changed that. If me walking away from my computer breaks everything, that would be quite funny. Let's see, you gotta get it off from its shelf. Oh, it's cool. It's fine. There's nothing on the back. It is plain plastic, and I knocked something off my shelf. But that's totally fine. I've actually rearranged... got it. I rearranged a lot of my office since the last time I did a video where I was on camera. So you guys will maybe be interested in seeing how it looks now next time I do a face cam video. But yeah, there's nothing on the back of the real movie theater prompt. They gave you a fake, says Sophie. Yeah, I got the stupid non-haunted one. What the dang heck?
Oh, no. Okay, so she thinks she can use it to talk to them, and she really can, but it's only during a dark and stormy night. The lightning. Oh, no.
Come find us. I will show you the way.
Chica. Okay, so the thing does talk back to her, but I don't know if they knew it would be doing that. Like, I don't know if it started yapping like that in front of Mike. I think he might be like, oh, I didn't know the toy did that. Which, of course, leads to the eternal question of Puppet, Golden Freddy, or is it William on the other end? Is he luring her here? What about the toys? What are they doing?
It's the puppet, and she's all of the toys as well, which leads to one of the sort of writing problems that me and Unwithered have with the movie, which is... I understand that the Faz Talker is in the FNAF 1 location because it's possible that they took the merchandise from the original location and brought it to the FNAF 1 location after it closed. But why can the puppet talk to the Faz Talker? And why did it know things about Abby in order to, like, lure her here? Like, either a lot happened off camera, or it's the field. And by the field, I mean bad writing.
Mike goes to find Abby. Ah! Mangle got him.
They're out there, Mike.
The puppet! Hold on, yes! Yes! That's insane!
Look at his freaky little hands! This really is a great shot, and I love that they didn't show... So, the best part of this scene is McKenna Grace's, like, puppeted face in the real movie, and I'm so glad that they didn't spoil that in the trailers. They spoiled it in later promotional art material, but I really do love this shot in the real movie.
I love that. Okay, I know that, like, the puppet and also Mangle are practical effects, but I wonder if that specifically is CGI. Just because, like, it looks perfectly, like, totally black. Oh my god. That was such a cool shot. That is so cool. I love the stupid little puppet hands. Where? That's Springtrap. That's a little boy. And
Okay. Gadget Guy Gary says, Michael Afton left the Faz Talker there and hoped she would come back and pick it up, but I don't know how that would work. That's at least something. Like, that's not nothing. That's not, it happened for no reason. It happened because the script said it had to. The idea of Michael Afton putting it there and being like, what if Abby gets it? But, like, he'd also have to predict that she'd go there, which maybe he would be able to, like, that becomes like the Joker's plan from The Dark Knight, right? It's like, ooh, everything that happened was part of my plan. I knew that Abby would go back there for some reason. I knew she would see the Faz Talker, and it would say it lets you talk to your friends, and so she'd bring it home because she knows that she wants to talk to her friends who will not communicate with them because they are too busy holding William back in his room. And I know that when she starts talking to the Faz Talker, she'll actually be talking to the puppet, and the puppet will lure her there to then use her as bait to get Vanessa to go, like, if that was his plan, why did he simply not get Vanessa and bring her there, given that she is his sibling. I also don't know what accent I was doing, because that was not Freddie Carter, nor was that the Joker. I love plans with 1,000,000 failure points. Yes, but you see, if the bad guy has a plan with 1,000,000 failure points, and it all works out, that's just because they're a super genius. GiBi, are you an out-of-the-box displayer or not? Depends on the item. I have many in-the-box things. I have quite a few amiibos that I've been getting for like 11 years now, and those are all in the box. So I have like, every time a Pokemon card set comes out, I put a sealed box into a case that's always behind me on my set. But, again, it depends. I think Legos are usually better when they're actually built and displayed rather than just having a silly little box. But something like Amiibos, I definitely think stay in the box.
Springtrap. So this would probably be in the 80s, because we've seen scenes of the 80s. No, have we seen scenes of the 80s? No, because what I thought were scenes of the 80s was Faz Fest. So is this a flashback? Okay, we did have a scene of Springtrap, like, cleaning his, picking up his knife, not cleaning it, picking up his knife. But this is a little...
You're not cleaning the knife, he was washing his hands, duh. Sophie, I hope that you're enjoying your pasta.
Boy.
Leave everyone's favorite pasta in the comment section. I had a great icebreaker question from one of my friends a couple of weeks ago, which was, if you could only eat one shape of pasta for the rest of your life, what shape would you choose? I interpreted the question as meaning, like, if you go out to a restaurant or something and you order pasta, it arrives and it is that shape. It's not like you go to Olive Garden and you're like, I can only have wheels. And they're like, well, we don't have wheels, so you can't eat them. No, it's, if you order pasta, it arrives in that shape. And this counts for mac and cheese. This counts for spaghetti. If you don't choose lasagna, you can never have lasagna again. Like, what shape would you want all of your noodles to magically appear as for the rest of your life if you can only pick one? Also, you don't need to use the official names, because I don't know the different genders of pasta, so you can just kind of describe the shape, because I will not be Googling it.
We're gonna see the MCI? Because that's not a little girl.
Everywhere.
The puppet! That's the clearest shot. I mean, it's not really a
The clearest shot is the last scene in the movie. What are they doing?
clear shot. That's the clearest shot. Oh my god. It's so cool. I love animatronics. I love physical practical effects. I don't have like an attachment to like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. I love animatronics for their film history-ness, and then also because of Freddy Fazbear.
This season, you've got places to go.
Same old
people
place to
see
go,
and things
same
to
old people to see, and same old things to do. Wow, that's pretty crazy, fam.
Okay, so this is the Faz Fest, so this is modern day, unfortunately.
Where are you gonna run to?
Is that Balloon Boy? Is Balloon Boy gonna come out of the water? Spring.
Yes, Balloon Boy is going to come out of the water. All right, what's everyone saying about pasta? Freddy Fazbear shaped pasta. See, you joke, but like back when I was a kid, they had SpongeBob, mac and cheese, Scooby-Doo, Pokemon. Like that was all real stuff. I don't know if that kind of stuff still exists. Rigatoni, penne, angel hair. That's an interesting one. I guess if you like angel hair, but I definitely would prefer noodles. Like I don't know how you'd eat like mac and cheese with angel hair. Bow tie, interesting take. No one is wrong, right? Like, there's no wrong answer to this. But I see penne, you know, it's just like a classic, kind of goes good with everything. Lasagna, it's like, you're stuck with lasagna forever. No more spaghetti. Crazy. Macaroni, yeah, like small little elbow macaronis, totally get that too. Ravioli. Ziti. Bow tie's the most versatile. Interesting take. Shells for sure. Okay, so like shells, I love shells. I don't think, like, right, penne goes with everything. I don't think shells goes with everything, but I would miss it if I could never have it again, right? Like, if you ask this question about ice cream, I would probably say if I could only eat one ice cream flavor forever for the rest of my life, it would be vanilla, because vanilla goes with everything. But I would still miss, you know, black cherry. It might not be as good, but I would miss it. And so I kind of see shells as the same. I would miss shells, but I would probably still do penne. Mio says, I fell behind, but I heard you collect amiibos. Do you use them? If so, do you get doubles then? One in the box and one for use? So I don't use them. I have a couple that are out of the box, but that's because I bought them secondhand. They're also on my set behind me occasionally. But no, I don't really use them. I keep them all in the boxes. Bowtie makes sense. Wow, Bowtie is winning. I might do a penne versus Bowtie versus shells little poll here at the top. They still make shaped mac and cheese. I always get Super Mario pasta. That's cool. Oh my god, the Blue Craft SpongeBob macaroni. Yeah, I always thought that those tasted bad. I don't know why. I think it was just the shape. You can cut lasagna noodles into strings. That is cheating. Heart-shaped lasagna, shells. I would pick chocolate ice cream. I think that's also fair. Chocolate or vanilla are both fine. I'm just a straight-up spaghetti fan. Things that people only say on a GiBi stream. Black cherry might be a worse take than will care. Yo, you don't like black cherry ice cream? Boo. Boo. No, that's fine. Taste is incredibly subjective. All right, how do I make a poll? Stamps. No, I have to go to add, right? Add. Start a poll. One pasta forever. Penne. Shells. What was it? Penne shells and bow tie. Okay, so we're gonna do the poll. We'll see who wins the poll. If you super chat me your answer, then you get 5 bonus points. I will care about my pasta. That's the best line from this movie, actually. They're at the Italian restaurant, and Mike goes, "I will care about the pasta." Black cherry ice cream is so good, but I'm a black cherry and everything person. I'm definitely like a cherry soda person, like cherry Dr. Pepper, cherry Coke Zero. Like those are my go-to sodas. Anyway, let's continue with this for a couple minutes, and then we'll get back to the pasta question.
Trap. Yes, this is flashback Springtrap. This is not like post FNAF 1 movies.
Not them.
That was okay. So we've seen the scene. I think that this is a like she's having some sort of mental break and she's hallucinating stuff. So that's withered Springtrap from the end of the first movie, grabbing her by the neck in this public like dentist office, and she picks up a gun and there's gonna be no one there.
Not done with you.
Toy Chica kills Newman. So I'm guessing Abby went to.
I must point out, Newman's death is the only death in the entire movie. Newman dying to Toy Chica is the only human character that dies in the movie, besides all the others who die in the beginning. By which I mean, after the cold open, the only character whose name we know and who actually interacts with the cast is the teacher toward the end of the movie, after like the McKenna Grace stuff. Which is, I think, kind of sad. Like it should have been a little more, like more people should have died. Scott, come on. Don't you know I lasagna you? It says fresh cam cakes. Seeker of Confidence is here. What's up? It says, click on a FNAF stream. They're talking about pasta. I love you as something. Says, this is a better food discussion than the rotten pizza with mayo people. Yeah, that was a Nero Raven thing. Nero Raven eats mayo on his pizza, and he got into a discussion about it on stream, and people called him crazy. And then the next time She's Always Nervous streamed, she tried mayo on pizza. And she told me that it was like, okay. And I said, that's great. I'm not going to watch you eating it because that seems so disgusting. I don't even think I could bear to watch you try it. So that's what that is. I think Never Raven is making merch for like, I'm a pro mayo person, and then I'm an anti-mayo pizza person. So yeah, definitely don't like that. No, Candy Bunny. Where the heck is my cavata, whatever your favorite shape of pasta is? Yeah, we're talking about this. It came up in chat. Don't you know I care about the crumbs? The waiter cleaning up where they were eating. All right, Penny's winning by so much it's crazy. It's because it's just the correct option. It's just the correct option. Pickle Pepper says, no matter the sauce or the soup, bow ties are good. Okay, you get like a 1% jump because you're a channel member. Narrows off his rocker. Is this your reaction to the trailer? Yes, we've been going back to all the pre-movie coverage to see how wrong people's predictions were. And so now we did Film Theory a couple days ago, so now we're doing my videos so we can look at how bad my things were. Gadget Guy Gary also said Kava Tapi, which I don't know how to say. Candy, I am streaming in the side chat of my server. If you do want to join, also Withered, if you're still here, you guys can hop in whenever you want.
Freddy's to put the friends back together or whatever, and Mike is going to find her. No, this is FNAF 2. Hold on, there's no doors.
There's no way that'll work.
The mask, I get it, ha ha ha. With her Chica, she looks great. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That trailer had like the exact same amount of screen time that Withered Bonnie did in the actual movie. But you know, that was, I don't hate the trailer, right? Like it's a good trailer to get you invested in the movie. It was really good for theorizing, but it gave so much away. It literally showed the final shot of the movie.
And I didn't like the experience. Looking back at the trailer releases and the promo shots and the posters and everything leading up to the movie and then the movie experience, I didn't like it. And I think the counter to this, the other side of the coin, will always be like the experience of the 2-year build up to The Last Jedi, where every single frame, every single statement coming out about the movie was analyzed and overanalyzed by every single person on the planet trying to figure out what would happen in the movie, who are Rey's parents, right? And then the movie comes out and everyone was wrong. Now, whether or not you think the movie was good or written well or successful in actually answering these mysteries, whatever, is totally independent of the fact that you could study everything that came out about the movie and nothing would have been spoiled. With this, just watching the trailer spoiled the movie, and I didn't find that to be enjoyable. Also, I did just look up cava tapati or whatever it's called, the pasta shape. I just call that like bonus elbow, bonus noodle, bonus macaroni. Just kind of twirly twists a couple more times. So yeah, not a bad answer at all. But I think I'd prefer elbow macaroni. It's just a little smaller. Or penne. Penne is obviously also good. Does anyone have any takes about whatever I just said about Star Wars? I don't know if the trailer's fault or the movie's fault that it showed so much since there was so little. It's the trailer's fault, because trailers are usually put together by an outside company. They made sure not to spoil the most important part, the science fair. Yes, Seeker. Yes, it's because it's movie writing 101. Okay, and if you read Save the Cat, it says Chapter 1, Save the Cat, Chapter 2, Science Fair. It's the second most important thing to do when you're making a film, is include a really long science fair subplot. All right, I'm gonna go back while you guys yap about penne. Okay, actually, next time I pause, I will end the poll. So if you guys want to vote for other pastas, this is your time. I wonder why this is 2 seconds longer. I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's watch my video next. We're gonna go through even slower this time, probably without volume, just because I want to be yapping more. So this is the news crew that we see get killed. She must be killed by the puppet, and then one of the guys is gonna get killed by Mangle. They're going to be like, we're ghost investigators, let's go film the Freddy's location. They're gonna walk in, all the lights are on. Do they turn them on, or does someone else turn them on? We got a weird log flume thing. So we have paper plate dolls, those could be Chicas. The one looks kind of like it could be a Chica on the left. Oh no, they're all puppets. Oh, there's 6 puppet dolls there. Why are there 6 puppet dolls? Right. Oh my god, I was muted for a second. I'm so sorry. There's like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's so many puppet dolls. I don't know what I thought I was counting there. Is it like haunted? Or is it being staged like this to be scary? And they say a little girl died here. So they closed the location and then they went on to have the other location that then closed because of the MCI. Oh god, this is going to do a lot of damage to the community. People are going to start thinking this is evidence for like Charlie 87, or that it's evidence that like she died at the FNAF 2 location. The little girl got murdered here, which it obviously is not, because movies are not in games continuity. Is that like underwear on top of Toy Freddy? No. Yeah, movies are not in games continuity unless it backs up my take on Will Care. I hope people know I'm being sarcastic when I say that. I want to go on the log flume, but still water. Yeah, Sophie. I do like log flumes, but I don't know how clean that would be, especially in the 80s. Which of the 2 GiBi should we call Old GiBi? Oh, that is a really interesting philosophical question, actually. Okay, so, like, this comes up in the Doctor Who fandom, right? So, really quick, so the actor who plays the Doctor, whenever they want to, like, write them off the show, they have them regenerate, and so they get a new face. So, like, in-universe, it's the same character, but they just have a new face every time they get mortally wounded. So, the first Doctor from the 60s was, like, the first Doctor we were introduced to. And then you fast forward to today, and we're on, like, the 15th or 14th Doctor, depending on who you count. So, like, you fast forward to today, now we have the 15th Doctor. If we're talking about their timeline, the version of the character that is the oldest is the current one, right? The current Doctor has been alive for, let's say, 5,000 years. So, what's the oldest Doctor? The one right now. Who's the youngest Doctor? It's the one from the 60s, because he was only 4,000 years old. But whenever people are talking about the show and they say the oldest Doctor, they're talking about the original one from the 60s. So it's the difference between young and old and new and old. So the GiBi that we're watching here is older than me because I am new today, and that is me from months ago. But that version from me from months ago is 29 years old, and I am 30 years old, so I'm older. So which is the old GiBi? I don't know. But I am the new GiBi, and he is the young GiBi. And that's how you should say that.
Gibbles in current day. Wait, Gibbles is current day GiBi. Face GiBi is 8 months ago. Yeah. Okay, what won? Penne won by 25%. Shells and Bowtie both at 20-ish%. What is Unk yapping about? Asked Gus. I'm obviously talking about the FNAF trailer, by which I mean Doctor Who and Pasta. You're only 30. Yeah, I'm a couple days younger than Doco. Okay, so here's what we're going to do about the pasta thing, right? Here's what we're going to do. So obviously Penne destroyed everyone else. But because this poll won't let me do like ranked choice voting, second best pasta, we're now going to do just the two runners up. So just Shells and Bowtie to see what truly is better. And once again, if anyone decides to super chat, you're going to get 5 whole % in the direction of your vote. Just saying. What is this stream even about? Asked the Blue Evil Cat. This is me reacting to old videos where people were predicting what would happen in the FNAF 2 movie and then revisiting those now that the movie has come out.
It's a curtain? What is that? I don't know. Yeah, why is there like an indoor, that's just like gross log flume thing? And why is this, oh no, there's just a back room. I was like, why would the prize counter be back there? It's not. No, yes it is, because it opens the, if all those gears open the present, then why is it back there? Puppet going to kill her? Actually, no, I think that these scenes are edited falsely. Hold on. Because we've seen the shot of her screaming and reacting to something in a different area. Is that the floor that she's standing on 2 seconds earlier? Hold on. Yes, it is. Is it? Yeah, so there's like the octagonal floor there with the grates and the puppet box, and then it's going to open and she's going to look up and scream. So this does take place in this room. Yeah, she's looking up, screams. So it must be the puppet coming for her.
Another morning walk.
Same old puppy, same old puppy. Bowtie is a texture. Bowtie reminds me of Edwin. Shell's not winning is pissing me off. Guys, okay, listen. This is one of my philosophies, right? The strength of your opinion on something on the internet should be inversely proportional to how much that thing matters in the real life. By which I mean, your opinion on pasta shell shape is something you should be willing to go to war on over the internet because it doesn't matter at all in real life. But you should be able to go to war about that. Pasta tier list when? Whenever I can get you on a stream, Candy, that's when we can do a pasta tier list. Imagine having, like, I don't know, responsibilities at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday. Crazy. What was Sophie saying? Sophie says, I appreciate how thorough you are regarding the pasta choices. That is funny. Maybe on a different video I can talk about pasta choices with someone else. For you specifically, Sophie, I apologize that a different video didn't come out today or last Wednesday, but there's a reason for that will be addressed. But yeah, maybe I can talk about pasta on my other videos. Shell was higher in the other poll, so Bowtie was the Penny's People's Choice's second spread. Yeah, this is why we need ranked choice voting. Someone should go and tell the new YouTube CEO that he should focus less on AI and more on ranked choice voting. Play the thing. There we go. Oh, play. It's muted. There we go.
Could be 14 theory. There's only 6 stars on her arms.
14
okay, so I went
I gotta rewind.
diagonal floor there with the grates and the puppet box, and then it's going to open and she's going to look up and scream. So this does take place in this room. Yeah, she's looking up, screams. So it must be the puppet coming for her. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. If there were 7, it could be 14 theory. There's only 6 stars on her arms. Okay, so I wonder, is she saying that he's lying to Abby about going to fix the animatronics? Abby's like, go fix them. And Mike's like, I am, but then he's not really. Weird. And he's the Faz Talker. Okay, so
wait, that's literally what is actually happening. Weird.
There's been a revival of Freddy's interest because of the story from the first movie. Is that where the Faz Talker comes from? And obviously this is reminiscent of the FNAF 2, H-A-V-E-H.
H-A-V, have them.
I am, but it's not the exact same. It's not literally the same voice. So I'm guessing that film crew activates these guys. They activate the toys for some reason. Mangle gets him. And then it cuts out. Do we get a shot of Mangle? I think we do. Yes. The second Mangle head. It's gonna bite him in the head. Because Mangle did the bite of 87. Yes.
Yeah, that was the goriest scene in the movie, and I think it was pretty cool, seeing all of his limbs fall over the place. Watching this on 2x speed gives speedrunning theory vibes. I'm not on 2x speed, am I? I thought I was at 1.5. Yeah, I'm only at 1.5. Okay, so someone's talking about shells. Okay, no, not that. Where is it? Bowtie can be used in more things than shells. Okay, here's the thing with shells. Big shells. I think big shells are great for, like, tomato sauce, but I don't like big shells with, like, mac and cheese, because you can get a shell that's, like, totally full of cheese, and that is too much cheese to shell ratio, whereas with, like, tomato sauce, it's not as clumpy, and so you're not going to get that kind of bowl of tomato sauce. Also, I don't think that the ratio of tomato to pasta matters as much as the ratio of cheese to pasta. But for mac and cheese, you can always use mini shells. I think based on the prompt of this question, we're only talking about regular sized shells. So you cannot just say, I will have mini shells with mac and cheese. No, big shells. So I agree with that bow tie take. There's no such thing as too much cheese, says Seeker of Comfiness. I think that there is such a thing as too much cheese when you are not expecting to have as much cheese as you're having. I think that's the difference.
We've just seen a lot of this already. God, that's such a cool shot. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the octagonal room. She's looking down into the present. Oh, okay. So the present's going to open, and she's going to look up and be like, and we, the audience, are going to be like, jump scare? The puppet? Nothing. She's going to be like, there's nothing in this box. And then from the ceiling, never mind. I think this is Vanessa. This is a different, identical-looking blonde woman. I can't tell. Either way, we're...
Blonde woman jump scare, yeah. Shell can be for scooping. Yeah. I love cheese, so point is invalid. Again, cheese is always great. But if you bite something and you're not expecting it to be cheese and it's cheese, that's a thing. Imagine wanting less cheese. I will never want less cheese candy. It's all right. The penny people are privileged. The shell people are oppressed. No. It's the, oh my god, Shells is only at 51. Yo, guys. This is actually neck and neck. This is crazy. Shells is only 51 to Bowtie's 49. Wow, if someone donated money right now for Bowtie, they would win. That would be crazy if someone did that. Haha, JK, unless. GiBi can't tell blonde women apart. Wait, that's true.
We're gonna see the box and be like, the puppet's in there, but no, it's gonna come from the ceiling. Yeah. The puppet going after...
Oh my god, it's officially now 50-50. This is crazy. Does it tell me how many people have voted? No, it won't tell me. That's wild. But there are 112 people watching, and only half of you have liked the stream. I can't believe it. And only half of you have voted for either Shells or Bowtie.
Vanessa's weird if the puppet's Charlie. That would be like if the puppet met, like, Elizabeth in the games. Balloon Boy in the water. Balloon Boy giggles. Why is Mike in the FNAF 2 place? What is he doing there? And also, who told him that the mask would work? Who was like, this mask should work against the enemy?
No one! No one said that in the movie, actually.
Animatronics. Yeah, but why would he think it would? And why is he here? Unless he's looking for the people, the paranormal investigators.
Okay, we got Pickle Pepper with the $5 saying, bow ties have so much child memory for me as well. Basically remnant ties at this point. Which means that bow ties are now at, instead of being at 49%, they're at 54%. So if someone wants to cancel that out for the Shells, they also got to donate. It doesn't need to be the same amount. Also, guys, I'm so half kidding. I'm like so kidding. Please do not give me money you don't have to win this stupid poll for Bowtie pasta. Thank you for donating though, Pickle Pepper. You're always one of the people who, chimes in here. Whether it's me or TD Stream, you're always one of the lovely people. Stop hating the FNAF 2 movie. I don't hate it. I love it because it's something that has, become such a major part of my life. I cannot fathom actually hating it, but I think it is a bad film. Also, otters otter help each other on top. That has entered my daily vocabulary. Tax the Toaster says, chicken Florentine. I don't know, is Florentine a type of noodle? And if so, I don't know what shape it is. I told you guys earlier, I don't know the different species of pasta. I don't know what this is. They look like cookies. Chicken. What if I put chicken? Okay. Oh, it's just like chicken slices, chicken breasts in soup or something. I don't know, but it's got 5% now. Now this is GiBi ASMR. Bowtie Army Rise Up. Evil GiBi be like GiBi money. GiBi species of pasta. Yeah. What else would you call them?
I like the flashlight shining down the hallway. FNAF 2, haha. She looks great. Look at all those teeth. And there's a painting of the puppet in the background. Or a picture of the puppet. A depiction of the puppet. Oh, she's gonna get him with her big claws. And he's like, no, wait. I am, in fact, an animatronic. And then she's like, ooh. Like a dog. Like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, okay. And then Bonnie with blue eyes. Interesting. Neither white eyes nor red eyes. Coming out of the vent. So we're probably gonna have a very short scene that shows FNAF 2 style gameplay. I'm going to put on the mask. They're going to come from the vents with a flashlight. There's no doors. He's probably going to have to use that flashlight on Withered Foxy because the mask won't work. Unfortunately, I just don't think there's as much to look at in that one because we saw so many of those scenes already in the teaser trailer. And a lot of people...
And that's going to be the problem with the movie. We saw so many of those scenes in the trailers. What did Candy say? I believe they be different cultivars of pasta. Don't trick me with your big words. I don't know any words. Don't trick me with your college degree. Bonnie has been subsumed by the power of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Withered Bunny got robbed. Yeah, he wasn't in the movie enough. If they are species, do they have scientific names? Yes, like penne. Like, you can just call them, like, tube pasta. Spaghetti and angel hair. I don't know. I got a big bowl of rigatoni from my pasta trees. Yeah, no, I love this. I don't know. I love this topic. This is probably one of the funnier little running jokes we've had. I have a fresh bowl of rigatoni. Okay, so yeah, Bowtie. Ooh, wait. Bowtie is technically up by 1% because of the donation. So, if you Shells people want to win, you gotta vote more. There's now 123 people watching. If those 10 people all vote for Shells, it might pull ahead.
I've just spent the last couple months trying to figure out the plot of the movie anyway, and so there's not as much to yap about. Editing to be here. There's a blinking...
Vanessa Shelley says the toasted lemon. I'm guessing that we're going to count that as a vote for Shells. Oh my god. Shells jumps up. It is at 54%. The Shells are winning at 54%. Pasta victim. How many midichlorians does each species have? Well, actually, different species have the same number of midichlorians. It's actually about the wills or something. I don't know. I don't think one species of pasta is better than another. Hot take. I'm not a pasta racist. I came in and got jump scared by both versions of GiBi. Yeah, no, I am Gibbles in the version that we're reacting to. That's GiBi. That's GiBi. I'm Gibbles.
You'll miss it shot of this child holding what looks to be another child in their arm and screaming. This could potentially be the murder of Charlie. Whether this is Charlie or the person they're holding is Charlie, it's kind of weird. Because if this, whichever one of these is not Charlie, is a person with black hair. So it's not Vanessa, or it's not the Golden Freddy kid. So is this Charlie finding Sammy? Is this question mark, finding Charlie? Who is this?
This is Charlie finding random kid number 5. Some people were, because we knew that Michael Afton was going to be in the movie, some people were speculating that this boy was like a Michael Afton or crying child type character. Oh, it's Be Real Time for all those who celebrate. Pickle Pepper with another $5. This is the true way of democracy, paying money to ensure bow tie supremacy. Come on, people, bow ties are FNAF themed. Yes, keep money in politics if I'm the one getting the money. Unfortunately, Pickle Pepper, that still actually keeps Shells at 1% ahead. If we give a 5% boost to Bowtie, then it's 49 to 51. And please, I'm not actually asking you to donate more money. It's funny, but like if you just do 99 cents, that's fine. You don't need to do $5 each time. Candy Bunny says, now I'm hungry. Well, yeah, it's like, what, 3 or 4 p.m.? It's like, it's right after that, like, I didn't have lunch, but it's because I wasn't hungry a couple hours ago, but now I'm starving. But it's also not time for dinner yet. Otherwise, I'm going to also be hungry at like 9 p.m. It's literally the worst time of day to have not eaten lunch, especially like if you're at work. Like there were days when I was, because when I worked at the movie theater, cross that off of your bingo cards, there'd be days where like around lunchtime, it was too busy for me to actually eat. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. I can manage. I'm on my feet. I'm doing stuff. I don't even feel the hunger. And then the moment I sit down, I'm like, I need sustenance. I need pasta. I just have pasta. So this is ironic, says Fiona Murray Supremacy. Phenomenal username. It's 9 p.m. for Violet Poppy. Very cool.
When is this happening? Why are they yelling? Are they going to die too? Is someone else going to die besides the little girl that goes missing? It's unclear, but I wanted to mention it just because I didn't talk about it earlier. One thing I will say is that there have been some leaks about the plot of the movie, and I really suggest that you do not look them up if you don't want the movie to be spoiled for you.
If you don't want to believe that Garrett is Balloon Boy. Doter says, bow ties are the conjunction of Pasta Talk and Doctor Who. Yes, bow ties are cool. Your boy Neptune says, don't tell me not to donate because I'll do it for the bit bow ties. Okay. So bow ties are now up 10% from their natural ranking. But in the real ranking, shells are up 7%, meaning if I'm not bad at math, bow ties are currently winning by 3%. So in the real actual democracy, shells are up by 7%, but once we add money into the mix, shells are up by bow ties are up by 3%. Crazy pulling ahead for the bow ties. It's not cool because it's too late for pasta. Bow ties just don't hold enough sauce for the sauce to pasta ratio. That's why you got to get like multiple on the fork tongs at the same time. You got to like you got to squish the sauce between them. I can't believe Garrett wasn't Balloon Boy. Yeah. Okay, when we're done with this video, I'm going to ask you guys your opinion on if we should watch my 99% noticer video. I was not originally planning on it, but I do really like that video. So I'll ask you once this one's over.
One of the things in that unconfirmed leak is that Mike and Vanessa go on a date. So that scene being included in this trailer makes those leaks more likely to be accurate. So once again, please do not search them out, and especially do not spoil the movie for other people. Just a complete jerk move. That's not very Freddy's of you. If anyone in my comment section posts any spoilers for the movie, just like instant banned for life. Sorry, not sorry. I will not.
And no one did, which is actually very refreshing. Pickle pepper bow tie is a symbol of refined taste. Edwin emoji. We gotta put Edwin's in the chat for pickle pepper. That puts bow ties at an unnatural 15%. 15% leap, which means that they're actually 8% over shells at the moment. This is crazy.
I'll be discussing them on my channel. If I'm ever on like a podcast or something where other people are discussing them, it will be very, very apparent, like flashing lights. Hey, we're talking about those leaks, but I will not be discussing them on my channel. Thank you for watching. Be sure to be nice to each other.
All right, so the next one that we'd be talking about is a new trailer that came out November 5th. So we're either going to watch this or we're going to watch 99% Didn't Noticers. My eyes look crossed in here. I'm very serious. I'm like, what just happened in this trailer? I don't even remember. So I'll give you guys like a minute or two to say, yeah, 99% didn't notice, or we'll just continue on with this one. This has been a very chill pasta stream. This is what happens when... this is what happens when we're not, like, I don't know, breaking down a film theory video. This is what happens when there's two GiBis in the room. We just talked about Doctor Who and pasta. I want someone in the chat to answer my question. Why isn't anyone talking about the FNAF World fan game Daco got early access called FNAF World Revelations, and whose bow tie? I've never heard of that. I don't actually know what that is. I know that Daco's making a FNAF fan game, and it's kind of looking like N64 era type stuff. I'm very hyped for that. But bow tie, we're talking about pasta shapes. All right, no one seems to really have an opinion, so we're just going to start this one, and maybe after this we'll go to a 99% Didn't Noticer video. Hello everyone, welcome to the Horror Homestead. My name is GiBi, this is Toto, and this is the new FNAF 2 trailer that, at the point of me watching this, is not released yet. It's unlisted, but someone found the code to watch the trailer. I remember this. That was wild. I recorded this at like 1 in the morning. Candy says, I love 99%, make me feel like a real 1%er. Yeah, we'll watch that next, probably. Daco's fan game looks more like DS than 64. Possibly. I just know that I'm hyped for it. So I don't know if I'm going to have to wait for this to become public for it to go live or not. I have not seen it yet. I always have bags under my eyes, but you can really see them here because it's like 1 in the morning. So maybe I'll be uploading this at 1 a.m. Maybe you'll be watching this right after the trailer goes live. Either way, we can watch it together. Or maybe you've already watched it with other people, in which case, welcome back to something you've seen 3 times already, but now with a bald man. First shot, of course, we have Elizabeth Lale playing Vanessa, lying in bed. We are going to begin. Captions? Yes, captions. Let's go.
So
slightly cross-eyed.
Tell me
Yeah, okay, buddy. You're one to talk.
about your bad dreams.
Okay, so using dreams as... I think we've all pretty much established already that a lot of the shots of William in the movie are going to be dream sequences, but using dreams and having Mike be the one to say that, where he always has the dreams he intends to have, seeing Garrett, now
yes, Bungie Chan 07, I am in fact bald. The first time I ever live streamed, this was like 6 years ago, I did it without a hat, because I'm like, if I can go live with my natural bald head and like have people... No, it wasn't a live stream. It was my first ever video with a face cam. My first ever video with a face cam like 6 years ago. I did it without a hat, because I'm like, now I will never be self-conscious about like, what if my hat falls off? Because I'm putting my bald head all the way out there on the internet. But yes, no, I wear the hat because I am very bald.
she's having bad dreams. Are those maybe going to give her some insight? Maybe the animatronics will be able to control her through these dreams. Maybe if it's going to be her father, maybe Springtrap can reach her through dreams. Maybe that's how the ghosts work in the story. Ooh.
It's always the
Oh, it's her as a little kid. This is the hallway we saw in the other trailer. So William's going to be chasing her. Yeah, wow, little kid. I wonder if this is the same kid who was in the first one in the photo where she's holding the red plane. I wonder if the same actor.
It's not actually. When they showed that photo in the second movie, they doctored it to have the new actress be in the photo now. So they changed it because they recast young Vanessa. Eric is explaining that the FNAF thing that we were just talking about with Dawko, it's a FNAF World fan game. It begins with Freddy having a vision of the puppet. Dawko got early access in November of last year, but stopped playing it part 2. Is it out yet? Because, like, maybe that might be something I play on stream if it's, if it's been officially released. When did you start going bald? When I was like 17.
Oh wait, hold on. No, we need to see that. Hold on. We speculated what was at the end of this hallway for so long. We're like, what is it? Is it a scientific experiment? Yeah, there's some like weird plants in vials and stuff. Is he doing like Clive Baxter experiments back there? And there was this weird zoom effect. Hold on. Yeah, it's like a stretch, not really a dolly zoom, but kind of like a dolly zoom where she was running toward the back. So it's almost like as she gets closer to it, it gets farther away. So like she wants to go there. If she can go there in the dream, she'll accomplish whatever she's trying to accomplish. But you can't get...
No, that's where the monster is. That's not where she's trying to go. I guess he's chasing her from like both directions. Mio says, "GiBi, you look really good with no hair." That's very, very kind of you. I have enough hair that I do need to like shave my head to like actually look good without a hat. I will say that I will say about you. The main reason for wearing the hat is not that I'm self-conscious about being bald. The main reason for wearing the hat is that I have a scar on my head that would be covered by hair if I had any. That is the thing that I'm self-conscious about, not the baldness. It's the scar on my head, so I have the hat on to block that.
There, so she always veers right into this door. And then the door closes.
Your dad.
Get tax expertise without it.
Same old taxes. Yeah, duh.
He's whistling the Toreador March. Ooh, Silver Eyes? No, obviously not. They're blue. I'm stupid. Although it's obviously calling to mind the Silver Eyes. So she's hiding from the dad. There's cobwebs everywhere. So maybe not. I don't know what these would be then. Freddy, okay. Something earned to be spring-loaded. Ears to be spring-loaded. Freddy Fazbear, version 3.0. Eyes to glow, top hat, staple of any performers. And then it gets a little blurry. So yeah, this is Freddy, Blumhouse, etc. It's interesting that one, the animatronic face had cobwebs over it, because I would think that if that was a flashback to Vanessa's childhood, then it would have been in the heyday of Freddy, so I don't know why it would be so dusty.
We're never going to be able to move
I
forward.
Apologize. Marbles? Yeah, marbles. It's a very nice looking house. I don't know if this is where she's currently living, or if this is the Afton house that's just cleaned up. Marbles.
Until you
Why
deal with some of the mess you left in your head.
Oh, and the plane. Oh, and a mirror. Okay, so these...
Alright, Pickle Pepper says, "Are the blueprints any easier to see in the real movie?" No, but they're easiest to be seen in behind-the-scenes stuff that, like, Dawko posted when he visited the set. So, we do know what they say, but they're not really super important.
Oh my god, these are going to be trophies.
These are wrong. Me and everyone else got this wrong. They're just items from Vanessa's past. Probably.
These are trophies that William took from the dead kids and gave to Vanessa. We have a book, like a pocket mirror, or not a pocket mirror, but like some sort of mirror. That's probably Susie's, it's yellow. A book, probably a diary. Marbles. I don't know why I associate those with, I guess it would be Jeremy or Fritz. Interesting.
I was literally thinking that in the real life. I saw them and I was like, I wonder if those are Jeremy or Fritz's, because Gabriel would not play with marbles. This comes from absolutely nothing. That's so funny hearing myself say basically the same thing.
Interesting. And then Garrett's red plane. So yeah, William would kill a kid.
Bye, Violet Puppy. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the stream if you're listening to it while falling asleep.
And then give the toy that they had to Vanessa. Interesting.
My father was a monster.
Yep.
You know that.
I don't think there's anything new. It's just Spring Trap here is not Spring Trap, he's just Spring Bonnie. See, the suit's not deteriorated. So we kind of knew we were going to be getting these scenes. Daddy, I'm sorry you missed my birthday, but I really love my presents. I miss our park. And this is, I'm going to guess, Charlie.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later.
Yes, okay, so this is the guy playing Henry. He played Billy in Scream, so that's how we know who he's playing. He's being Henry. Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later that, he's going to say it wasn't until years later that he thought it was a murder after the MCI, because Charlie died first. Crazy, interesting. There's some people who disagree, but Charlie died first.
When those 5 children went missing.
Yeah.
When did I post this? November? That was after my stream with Fazent, so I should have been a little nicer about that. Just because I believe one theory doesn't mean I should be so dismissive of his.
So years later, the children went missing.
But
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza grand opening. This girl looks like she's photoshopped in. I don't know, something weird about the lighting. Grand opening. This week, am I going to do this? Yes, I am. This week, something family establishment, something Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the something, I don't know. So grand opening. And then William Afton's early ambition. Oh no. When the real movie comes out in 4K, everyone's going to have to pause to read this newspaper, because right now it's illegible.
she was murdered.
Yes, she was murdered, obviously. So the ribbon is cut at Freddy Fazbear's grand opening. Okay, William Afton's Early Ambitions by Ed Barash. The Field! Oh my god. The Field of Animatronics owes a great deal to the singular devotion and revolutionary work of William Afton. His pioneering vision for merging technology with entertainment using animatronic robots not only provides a fun experience for kids, but also serves as a form of companionship. In addition to his early success in the field of robotics, the opening of his Freddy Fazbear's Pizza restaurant, where his animatronic characters heavily feature, has made him a well-respected member of the local business community as well. Designed to be lifelike, Afton's animatronics are his crowning achievement and have become the stars of his pizzeria. Equipped with a range of movements and even voices, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are brought to life in a way that has never been seen before. These robots have all become beloved characters that entertain children and adults alike. From the outside, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is a place of wonder and excitement. Children gather for birthday parties, play games, and watch as animatronic characters perform on stage, singing songs and engaging with the guests. In this context, William Afton is seen as a successful and innovative businessman. He appears to be a man who has it all: wealth, respect, and a thriving business. Afton's ambitions don't stop there, though. He is excited about the potential for his future creations. He recently started to experiment with new ideas and technology, looking for new ways to improve and innovate. He always has the characters in development, as well as his new surprises for his something. Can I go forward? For his what? He always has expanded new ideas.
No one wants to listen to me read. GiBi and reading, those don't go hand in hand at all. Getcha Gary says, is the field like Pluribus, which is a show that I've heard of, but I've not watched yet. I've also heard that going into it with no knowledge or spoilers is the ideal way to do it. So I don't know, and I don't want to know until I eventually watch the show.
With something and drive like Afton's, this is only the beginning of Fazbear Entertainment. Okay, so he's doing animatronics, but he's also experimenting on other things. So I wonder if... Oh gosh, okay, so it's possible that he's been doing these weird life experiments, right? So that would kind of counteract the idea of will grief, right? The idea that his son dies, and that's what causes him to start doing these experiments. Because obviously we don't know if the crying child exists in this timeline.
Correct, will grief is out the window for the movie continuity. It is Will Trophy. Ding, ding, ding.
But he's doing something weird. This is going to get those weird CIA Fazbear people talking. Like, I wonder what his experiments are. Sorry, I need to hear what Henry's saying.
The mess you left in your head.
My father was a monster. You know that.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing that I knew she was murdered by him.
Yo, okay, so Henry's been sitting on this for like decades at this point, right? That's awesome. Okay, so Charlie dies. Everyone thinks it's an accident. Maybe he has his suspicions, but then he realizes it's William after the kids die. but William doesn't get in trouble, or maybe he does because he changes his name. It's always been so weird, like how his daughter can just be a policeman, but we don't know if her father was accused of the murder. Also, how could it be an accident, right? Like, unless she's hit by a car.
I don't know. How could it be an accident? 3 stab wounds in the back. Must have just fallen on something, right?
Car or something. But if she's found strangled or stabbed, I don't know how people can think it's an accident. Wait, what is this? Okay, so this would be the flashback. So Charlie holding a boy. A lot of people are theorizing that whoever this character is a, it could be Sammy. People are thinking Sammy. Some people are thinking Michael Afton, but not Mike Schmidt. There's a theory that, like, the weird eyebrow guy in the first trailer is, Michael Afton. So this could be Mike, this could be Sammy. But why is she screaming? Unless she's already been stabbed? But then, like, did this...
So I had the problem of, that became a really popular theory, and I knew it was true that Freddie Carter was Michael Afton. So I was like, oh, let me throw this out there along with 2 other possibilities, because I don't know which one it is, but people are talking about it, so it'd be weird if I avoided knowledge of the existence of the theory. So that was my A+ acting right there.
Boy see something? Like, I don't know. He's wearing the stripes. He's wearing crying child stripes. So maybe he is Dave Afton. That's so weird. So what, is this someone who's just witnessed something and now she's collapsing? Because there's no blood on her. If this is Charlie, right? There's no blood on her. So is this when she dies, or is this someone else? Okay, this is the boy. That's the boy in the striped arms. Hold on. Yeah, so striped arms, I'm guessing he has green overalls. Go forward. She's falling to her knees where he's already kind of on his knees kneeling. She puts him down and she's like bleeding from the chest, like she's been stabbed or something. And then he's...
Not from the chest, from the back. She fell onto 3... What is this? She fell into 3 knives that were on the floor. Yeah, someone in chat just said that. That's quite funny.
Mute, or he's too young to understand, like, what happened, so they can't tell anyone how she got stabbed. I'm so interested in how that would be. Oh, look at the arms, puppet arms. I can't believe I didn't notice that at first. Yeah, look, she got holding him in his arms, right? Just like you held others into yours, or whatever. Puppet arms, so this is definitely Charlie. And look, his striped shirt, it makes me think Crying Child. Did she protect a version of the Crying Child? That's so interesting. Because obviously we all think that, like, Garrett is the movie's version of the Crying Child, but maybe, like, whoever this other boy is, because I don't think it's Mike Schmidt, like, the main character. Whoever this other boy is, Sammy, Mike Afton, Crying Child. Interesting, very important. She's definitely dying here, and she's definitely the puppet.
Are you ever going to go back?
Because there's always been the theory that Garrett would be the puppet, but no. Clearly Charlie's the puppet.
Back to Freddy's, I mean?
I think my sister...
There's been a lot of talk about how they changed the sign, so I guess that they did it with CGI, but it's whatever. It's just the sign.
I think my sister is here.
Chica. Balloon Boy laugh.
Where are you gonna run to?
Was that William's voice? Oh, hold on. Wait, she had the Faz Talker.
I think my sister...
She had the Faz Talker on the bike right there. You can kind of see it in the basket. Yep.
I think my sister is here.
Yep. Faz Talker. Faz Talker in her hand. Yep.
Where are you gonna run to?
I can't tell who that...
Okay, interesting. So, Red But Burgundy in chat says, is that why Welcome Back Charlotte could be so important? Because she saved him. So, once McKenna Grace dies and, like, the puppet is running through the building, Michael Afton escapes and he gets out the front door and he goes, "Welcome back, Charlotte." So, could that be because she saved him in the beginning of the movie? No, because once Charlie saves the little boy and he wakes up and runs away, he runs into the arms of 2 adults, and so those would be his parents. It would also, like, now that we know kind of what happens in the movie, we know that, you know, that's William's son, and so he wouldn't be kidnapping his son. But that is an interesting piece to put together. I think he means Schmidt. Oh, so, like, if the boy in the beginning was Mike Schmidt, I don't know. Imagine Michael Afton is actually Garrett. People have talked about that. That's actually a theory people have, that William kidnapped him and that Garrett is Michael Afton.
It doesn't sound like Matthew Lillard, so maybe it's Henry. I really don't know.
Yo, wizards! We finally got the Withered. It's Withered Freddy. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so those in the movie universe, those have to be the ones from the first movie. The Withereds have to be from the first movie, but why do they look so different? Unless they're not. Oh god, this is gonna ignite a lot of unwithered speculation. Wow, Freddy looks very odd. Because in the first movie, it is explicitly said that the bodies are inside the animatronics. So that is very interesting if these are the same suits.
What do they want with my...
It's the puppet's hands. I wonder... I bet no one else saw those. I bet I'm the only person in the world who's noticed the puppet's hands there.
Sister.
Was that a toy? Was that Toy Freddy? Yes. Toy Freddy. That's a weird cut. I'm Toy Freddy, and you better be ready. Love that song. Michael in the third movie. My real name is David. Yes, this is in their house. Toy Freddy's in their house. It's probably a dream, though.
Half of this town will be dead by morning.
Who said that? That was a female voice. I don't know who that was. No, that was Freddy Carter. Wait, is that JJ? Or Balloon Boy? I think that's JJ. It might just be the lighting, but I think it's pink. This is the eyebrow person that people think is grown-up Mike Afton, who would be, I guess, the kid with the striped arms that we saw earlier. Or Sammy, right? Those are kind of the two options here. Michael Afton, Sammy. Sammy being Charlie's twin brother from the books. Withered, yeah, I'm glad we finally get to see Withered Freddy in this. He's just kind of in the background, though. There's gonna be Mangle trying to kill Vanessa. We've seen this. Yep, and just like in the movie, because we've seen this in the trailer, we knew exactly what was gonna happen. Rip. Jump scare? Jump scare. Yep. Yo, the Mangle puppet's so good. Is that it? Okay, Foxy. It looks like he's in kind of like a standing position, and he lurches forward. Oh, and this is probably like the front door from like the FNAF 2 game office, and it's attacking. Okay. Right in our faces. Love it. Love Foxy. Wow. Okay, so Charlie dies first. Charlie dies. I'm going to kind of rewind back to that scene. Charlie dies. This is such an interesting... Screaming, drops the boy, falls to her knees. I don't see any blood, although maybe it's edited out for the trailer or something. But like, why? Unless she witnessed someone else die? It's so weird for Henry to be like, they said it was an accident, but I know it's a murder. And then cut to her protecting someone else, not hurt herself, screaming in front of a bunch of adults. How could it be an accident if it happened in front of so many people? And how could it be an accident if that kid witnessed it? I don't know if that's misdirecting. My guess would be misdirection that she, in the movie, is going to be covered in blood. I'm guessing she's stabbed, and she runs away with the kids, the boy that she's with, crying child / Sammy / Mike, and then collapses and dies in front of everyone, and they're like, oh, she must have hurt herself on the kitchen knife somehow. Whoa, hold on, wait, hold on. Did I just predict the movie? Hold on. And then cut to her protecting someone else, not hurt herself, screaming in front of a bunch of adults. How could it be an accident if it happened in front of so many people? And how could it be an accident if that kid witnessed it? I don't know if that's misdirecting. My guess would be misdirection that she, in the movie, is going to be covered in blood. I'm guessing she's stabbed, and she runs away with the kids, the boy that she's with, crying child / Sammy / Mike, and then collapses and dies in front of everyone, and they're like, oh, she must have hurt herself on the kitchen knife somehow. No way! Maybe Scott watched this and changed the movie just to make me right. I don't remember saying that. That's wild. That's so funny. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting that we have this version of Henry here who, kind of like we assume with the games, has always assumed what happened, but then didn't act on it. But then after the MCI, now he does act on it. But then why is he, like, waiting until the year that the movie's taking place to do something about it? I guess we just don't know that much about William in this continuity. But he looks great. Dude, Billy Loomis looks like a phenomenal Henry Emily. Maybe we'll get his last name, and maybe we can start calling them something besides Emily, because I'm definitely in the camp that Emily is not Charlie and Henry's last name. Henry Cheese. So this video has like a minute left. So there's 120 people watching right now, and 113 votes on the poll. So we're waiting for 7 more of you to vote. I know that's not how it actually works, but still. At the end of this video, we're going to close the poll, and that will be the official winner. I'm in the camp that Emily is like Charlie's second middle name, like
like Anna Taylor-Joy, right? Someone who has two first names or a middle name, it doesn't matter. So yeah, very, very interesting. If his name's Emily in the movie, then fine, that's their name. If not, then that's what I would think the canonical name would be. I'm sure this is going to ignite a lot of debates about whether or not Charlie died first in the games. Personally, despite the fact that it backs up my interpretation of how the games work, I do not think that we can use things from the movie and transplant them into the game's timeline. Just because I want evidence that Charlie died first does not mean I think this is evidence that Charlie died first. But yeah, this was actually probably my favorite of the trailers so far. I love this drawing. I definitely need to do a long deep dive into the first FNAF movie. Maybe if you guys want to see that, you can subscribe to my channel, Horror Homestead.
And I did, and it got super copyrighted. All right. So we're gonna close the polls now. It's so funny. Shell's got more votes after I said that. We now have more votes on the polls than there are currently people watching the stream. Okay, so this video is over. People did say they want to watch the 99% didn't notice video, so we'll do that after this. And we're gonna be ending the poll. So by the will of the people, the democracy, Shells wins at 57%. But by the will of the people who actually matter, people with money, Bowtie gets a 15% boost, bringing it to be the clear winner by a million miles. Number 1, Penne. Number 2, Bowtie. Number 3, Shells. That's the canonical pasta ranking. End poll. If you guys can think of another poll, I'll run it. But for right now, we're going to jump over to 99% didn't notice video. I just need to pull it up on a different screen and then bring it over. Oh, She's Always Nervous is streaming now. Once I'm done, everyone's got to go hop over to her stream. GiBi Horror Man. The Spooky Homestead. The Super Spooky Man. GiBi the Spooky Homestead. Spooky Booky. Spooky Spooky. Spook. Spookity Spooky. Didn't notice. Spookity Spooky. Horror Homestead. Har har har. Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear. Frankie Freddy. Fazzy Fredbear. Frankie Fredbear. Frankie Fredbear. Okay, got it up. Ooh, were you guys in your best behavior when I was gone? Didn't Shells have a 10% boost too? Okay, so Bowtie had a 25% boost and Shells had a 10% boost, so that cancels out to Bowtie's having a 15%. Okay, we're going to now watch. Some people have called this my best video. I don't know about that, but it was fun to make. So we're gonna watch this.
This is clickbait.
That's bait.
99% didn't notice the puppet's hands.
Look at his freaky little hands.
Welcome to the Horror Home.
That's like one of my new like vocal stems. Look, I'm gonna listen to that again. Hold on.
This is clickbait.
That's bait.
99% didn't notice the puppet's hands.
Look at its freaky little hands.
Welcome to the
I love that part.
Horror Homestead. My name is GiBi, and there's a lot of things on YouTube that are considered clickbait, like red circles, circling nothing. I use the red arrows, but I always point them at things. What I take issue with is the thumbnail by enormous channel T5G. They have 1.5 million subscribers. And the thumbnail isn't just highlighting something cool, it's implicitly insulting other creators. 99% didn't notice. What does that mean? It means if you've seen a dozen other FNAF 2 trailer analysis or reaction videos on your YouTube page, they didn't notice what they noticed. You gotta watch them. T5G, they noticed because 99% of others didn't notice. They're your one-stop shop. You shouldn't watch anyone else's videos. You should only watch theirs because they noticed everything, like the puppet's hand.
Okay, now I'm gonna go into the montage of like all the different people. Okay, what do we got? Candy's asking what is Freddy Fazbear originally from? I think I mean, I remember seeing that like 10 years ago. It's just, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's funny because you say Freddy Fazbear because 5 is in the title of the game, so it's just kind of funny. Pickle Pepper says Bowties are truly the pasta of the 1% noticers. That's a great poll. How do I make this poll without getting canceled? What's another word for noticer that isn't a dog whistle? What? Notice. How many noticisms do you have? I don't know. 1 or 99. How many noticisms do you have? More like T5 Bear. Isn't Freddy Fazbear from that one, at least she didn't give birth to Freddy Fazbear meme. I don't actually know that. I remember seeing it a really, really long time ago. Okay, so when I saw this stupid thumbnail, my thought was like, what a trash, like, piece of clickbait, right? Like, obviously they didn't actually see 99% of people who didn't notice it. They're just like, how do we get a bunch of viewers? We're going to get a bunch of viewers by saying that we're your one-stop shop for all the important things because we noticed everything. And my first thought, I'm very inspired in my content by Jack's Films. And so my first thought was like, okay, what if I get 99 creators and like see if they actually notice the puppet's hands? And so I went out to find every video I could about people reacting to the trailer. And there were fewer than like 20 FNAF 2 trailer react breakdown things on the website that first day that the trailer came out. So like there's only 20 on the website and they're like 99% of people didn't notice. And I'm like, that's gross. So I kind of waited a couple days for more people to upload these videos. And as I will say in a second, I found about 66 of them. I found some that had 0 views. I found some that were in Spanish. I found some that were live streams. And I really, really wanted to, like, I did all the calculations about when people found it. So this was a passion, an anger project, a righteous anger project where I'm like, I want to actually see how many people notice the puppet's hands. Screw these clickbait gentlemen.
I just seen the puppet behind Vanessa in the scene. I seen her hands.
Please.
I love that guy's reaction. Kenny Money says, do I want noticisms or less? You want to be a 1% noticismer. FNAF 4 kid doesn't have nightmares of Yellow Rabbit. The fact is, I have no idea what the poll means. The poll mean if you're a 1% noticismer, it means that you see things that only 1% of people who are good at seeing things see. Okay, it means 99% didn't notice the puppet's hands. You don't want to be one of them. You want to be an elite tier 1% noticismer. As I say in this video, I keep saying 1% noticer. That means something different. So now we're going to say noticismer.
Watch our 8-minute and 2-second video. YouTube videos have to be over 8 minutes long in order to have more than one ad. So what slop channels do is they'll put out videos that are 8 minutes and 1 second to do the absolute bare minimum work they have to do to get more money. Now, to be
as everyone in the comment sections noticed, yeah, dual process theory, 8 minutes and 3 seconds. I made my video 8 minutes and 3 seconds on purpose, like just to go above and beyond, to look like I did more effort than them.
Fair to them. Their video is 8 minutes and 2 seconds, so they did go above and beyond in their video where they insult other creators with their thumbnail. But hey, maybe T5G were right. I mean, I noticed the puppet hand, but that might just be because I am a 1% noticer.
The puppet! Hold on, yes! Yes! That's insane! I love that.
Maybe 99% really didn't notice.
They're out there, Mike.
Oh, that's a puppet.
How creepy that is. Oh my god.
Where? Whoa. Chat. Did you see? What was that above her? What was that above her? What is that, dude?
So I love these clips because, like, it's like no one saw these, and then it's just this one guy pointing and going, "Oh, look, it's a puppet," and then it moves on. Like, literally, like, the clips I was able to find just illustrate the point so clearly. It's so funny. I genuinely love the way that this video was able to come together.
I started to crunch the numbers. My original plan was to find 100 videos reacting to or analyzing the new FNAF 2 trailer and actually calculate how many people are noticers. The problem is I could not do that. I could only find about 20. Before their video went up, there were roughly 20 on the website. That includes videos with 0 views. Now, obviously, we all know that their thumbnail is a lie. They didn't actually calculate how many people were noticers. Calculating the real number does not change the fact that they're lying for money. But I really want to point out how absurd it is. So I waited days, 2 days, and I eventually found 66 videos talking about the FNAF 2 trailer. And I had to, like, not scrape the bottom of the barrel, because, hey, small channels are channels too, especially when they put in more effort than some videos. But I had to find channels that were entirely in Spanish.
¡Mangle! ¡Hola! ¡La grabación!
They're out there.
Estoy chicken and ¡Puppet! ¡Estoy puppet! ¡Ah, qué guapo!
Again, like, I love some of these guys. Like, like, those reactions are just so wholesome. I think I ended up linking, did I? Yeah, okay, I linked all 66 videos in the description. I don't know if anyone ever went down there and clicked on them, but you could.
in order to get up to the 66 number. I chose 66, or I stopped at 66, because it's easily divisible into 100. It's 2/3 of 100. I watched all the videos that you see scrolling by, and I've also linked them below in the description. I watched their videos to see if they are also certified 1% noticers. And I broke it all down in a spreadsheet. I calculated how long it took them to notice, if they noticed. Shout out to Burns Post for being the quickest 1% noticer, noticing the puppet's hands 44 seconds into their video.
But the puppet looks great. We only get to see a little bit of them.
If it's not clear, obviously I added the speedrunner meme and the timer clock here. This is just their original video.
We get to see him kind of like lunge from behind someone, or also like maybe lunge down, because we get to see...
And I timed it on the lunge down, because that's when you can clarify that he saw the scene where her hands were above the camera. So that's, it took 44 seconds to get there.
Like its hands peep up over top of somebody.
Now, I'm obviously only taking YouTube videos into account because of the millions of people who watch the trailer. It's impossible to determine how many of them are the elite 1% noticers. Now, you could obviously go through the comments on the video, and you could count people who said that they saw the puppet hands as noticers. And anyone who didn't type that out in a comment is a filthy...
Is this one of you? Because I keep seeing this profile picture over here on the side. It is! Colbert55! Yo, you're here right now! Gibward, there's a Subway Surfer video on the bottom corner. I need it for my Zoomer brain. And here you say, I'm so happy they brought the flashlight and mask mechanic over. He didn't really use the door in the first movie. Yo, you're on the stream.
Dumb 99% didn't notice her. One line hits hard, but I forgot it.
I still don't know what that means.
Obviously, it doesn't account for the top-tier noticers, who don't want to show their power level. Those who notice so easily, they can't even fathom what non-noticers would notice or not. Us 1% noticers have a reputation to uphold. If I spent all my time telling people about my noticing, and then I didn't notice something, that could severely harm my reputation. If I then go on to not notice something, it could really let them down. The 99% didn't noticers rely on us 1% noticers to tell them what we noticed. I didn't notice Abby drawing Toy Chica without her beak in the FNAF 2 trailer, and that's a big problem. I could get delisted from the 1% noticer dean list at the Noticer Academy. So I hide my power level unless I'm forced to reveal it in order to defeat my fellow 1% noticer T5G. But for this video, I'm letting you all notice my noticer level. Let's discuss some other top-tier noticers. Dawko mentions the puppet at 11 minutes and 49 seconds into his video.
Mike and Elizabeth dating.
Whoops, wrong clip.
And that's the puppet. Those are the puppet hand.
Okay, so people really memed on that at the time. Mike and Elizabeth dating. If you think about the games, Mike and Elizabeth are siblings. But he said that because Vanessa's actress is named Elizabeth Lale. So, that's the joke he messed up. He said the character for Mike and the actress for Vanessa. And it was unfortunate because Mike and Elizabeth are siblings in the games. Quite the funny slip-up. Good meme.
John FNAF, 11 minutes and 35 seconds into his.
The puppet is right above her. This is insane. That is demons.
Okay, so, I don't know what that means. I watched his whole video, and early on in his reaction video, he looked at the camera and he goes, this is demons. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a meme in his community. I don't know if that's a meme on the internet. I've never heard it before and haven't heard it since. And I'm like, that's just a little funny clip to put in there, right? Dawko gets the Mike and Elizabeth dating. John gets that is Demas. When I cut to Christian Harloff in a minute, there's going to be another meme in there as well. So yeah, if any of you know what Demas means, please let me know. I thought you said that is demons, which goes hard. I really don't know. Is and just Nanders says, GiBi, what animatronic do you think you could beat in a fight? They aren't allowed to possess you, just straight up hands or whatever you find at the FNAF 1 pizzeria. Okay, so FNAF 1, so I can't just go with Balloon Boy. Gosh, I think they're all huge. Chica has the cupcake, which could be a weapon. Bonnie has the guitar, which could be a weapon. Although I guess I'm yawning. It's just 2 a.m. right now, so I got 4 more hours to survive. If it's 2 a.m. and Bonnie's coming at me with his guitar, that's a problem. But he doesn't have his guitar when he's walking around the restaurant, so I don't know. Foxy is definitely the most dangerous because he's rusty and he's metal, and he can run. But he's also probably the easiest to knock over, right? I'm not fast, but I am very big. I'm 6'2", and I'm quite wide and sturdy. So, but Freddy and Bonnie and Chica are definitely bigger than me. So the question is, could I just kind of knock Foxy over without getting cut and stabbed? That's the question. And if I have weapons, even a mop, right? With a wooden handle or a metal handle, I think I could kind of prod him over or trip him up. So I think the answer is actually Foxy. I think it's his speed versus my, like, strength and stability. I think Foxy would be the easiest one. Because with Freddy, it's like, what, I shove him, and he doesn't move, and he shoves me, and I'm on the floor. So yeah, it's got to be Foxy. Maybe we'll do a poll. Which one is easiest to fight? Currently, we're at 53%, 99% noticers. That's cool. It's always better that the 1% noticers are fewer, because that gives us more importance, you know.
Screen Crush, 9 minutes and 56 seconds into theirs.
Now here we can see puppet hands.
But Blind Wave, late to the...
Told you guys I watched Screen Crush. A lot of people were like, you're too mean in your video where you're criticizing Screen Crush's summary of the FNAF 2 movie where they get facts objectively wrong. And I'm like, guys, I watched them. I'm a fan. They just happened to make a bad video. See, I included them here.
Party and Tyrone Magnus didn't see it at all. They didn't notice. Christian Harloff didn't notice.
Okay, so Christian Harloff used to be the host of a show called Schmoes Know with a guy named Mark Ellis, who actually did all the interviews with the FNAF 2 cast. Like, if you go and you watch the video with, like, Matt Pat and Kellen Goff, or Matt Pat and, like, the rest of the cast of the movie, the guy hosting that for Fandango is named Mark Ellis, and him and Christian Harloff are, like, best buddies, and they did a show called Schmoes Know together, and then they were on the website Collider for a really long time. They had a show called Jedi Council before around the time that the sequels were coming out. So I've been watching Christian Harloff for, like, 10 years, and by been watching, I mean 10 years ago I watched him. I haven't seen him in years. So this is him saying, I don't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, but my daughter loves it. And he watches the trailer and he doesn't see the puppet. And then, hold on.
They're out there, Mike.
I am absolutely not talking about it today.
But
okay, so that's a meme. Him saying, I'm absolutely not talking about it today. He was crashing out because, like, he wasn't invited to Galaxy's Edge, like the Star Wars Disney park or whatever. So that clip of him is a meme in the YouTuber sort of reaction community. And so going from he didn't see the puppet to then him saying, I'm not going to talk about it today, I thought was lit. It's like The Field. It all came together. That was just like a beautiful serendipitous moment right there.
She's Always Nervous did.
Puppet! Puppet!
The Noticer Society can trace our origins all the way back to John Notice, the first person to see something and tell everyone that they saw it. Unfortunately, John Notice is overshadowed in history by his younger brother, who didn't have quite the same...
A lot of people said, that's not John Notice, that's someone else. No, that canonically, right now, that's John Notice. If you're on GiBi's Horror Homestead, that is John Notice, and he is nobody else. He is just John Notice.
Noticing skills that John did, and so he had to lie about them. Historians, ironically, don't notice John Notice in the history books, but we do still talk about his little brother, the boy who cried wolf. But
that worked better when I was writing the script. I don't think I delivered that line properly, but it's whatever. I still think it's a fine joke. That's the part that whenever I rewatch the video, I cringe past. I'm like, oh no, I didn't deliver that correctly.
We certified 1% noticers still keep our heritage in our hearts and our minds. How many of you guys even noticed when I put on the watch? Leave your notice percent in the comment section below.
Apparently,
yeah, so those are the puppet's little flimsy.
Yeah, that's...
She looks in there, yeah. So she looks in there after expecting there to be something.
And it's above her, which makes me think that the music box just gets lifted up into the prize counter and the puppet comes out, but that's...
All right, drum...
Okay, so when I said I wanted the video to be exactly 8 minutes and 3 seconds, what I did is I made the entire video, and then I added in enough of that clip of T-Dreads and Fazent to make it reach exactly 8 minutes and 3 seconds. So that's what that little, like, oh, what are they talking about? They're just talking about the puppet. I put that in there for exactly 5 seconds or whatever it is. So I'd hit the 8 minute and 3 second mark. A little behind the scenes knowledge. T-Dead's jump scare.
Roll, please. The final tally of us elite 1% noticers is that of 66 videos, 40 did notice the puppet.
Sophie says, the hamster bear creature is so cute. Did you not watch my video on Spooky Shack where I talk about all the memes from 2025? You should know that that's called a scrungle.
At hand, or roughly 60%, meaning a more accurate thumbnail for T5G would be 40% didn't notice, which is not as grandiose or impressive.
Yeah, but it's true. Thin Red Paste says, at what point did you learn that noticer is a word that has a different meaning? 12 years ago. I always knew it was a word, but I didn't think it would be, you know, something that would matter. And then people in my comment section are like, don't you know this means something else? And I'm like, oh, this isn't a word that people stopped using 10 years ago. This is still a word. Maybe I shouldn't have kept using it.
Watch our video, or you could watch roughly half of any of the other videos you happen to stumble upon if you want to learn what these things are. I made 40% didn't notice as a thumbnail for this video. That might have been the one that you clicked on, actually. I also broke down the thumbnails while I was in my spreadsheet into what characters appeared on them most prominently. So we have Withered Chica in 18, Toy Freddy in 14, and the Faz Talker in 10. What did this video prove? That this is some BS. Be sure to be nice to each other in the comments, consider supporting the creators you admire, never lose sight of the things that are important to you, and remember that Freddy stands for Friendly, Respectful, Engagement, Discussion, and Discourse Yield Success. Unless you're punching up at liars and people who insult you and your friends. Am I at 8 minutes yet?
Incredible, yes. Okay, I did like that video. Oh, 7 types of girls you shouldn't date. Wow, thank you for this recommendation. I'm on an so the reason I get ads is because I'm in an unsigned in account. So I guess this, after watching 3 FNAF videos, that's what they think I would like. 6, 7. Yes. Oh, we're exactly 50-50 on 1 versus 99% noticers with 67 votes. Incredible. Okay. Now we're going to go to just the next video, me talking about the movie. So this is a community update. So I'm going to talk about things other than the movie, but I will be talking about the movie. So I might skip around past questions that don't matter. Okay. How quickly can GiBi say his outro without messing it up? It's funny. Sometimes I do completely mess it up, but remember, Freddy stands for friendly, respectful. Oh my god. Remember, Freddy stands for friendly, respectful, engagement, discussion, discourse, yield success. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good blah, blah, blah. No, what do I say? Oh my god, I can't think of anything. Freddy stands for friendly, respectful, engagement, discussion. Oh my god. Freddy stands for friendly, respectful, engagement, discourse, and discussion, yield success. Please be nice to each other in the comments. Consider supporting the creator you admire. Never lose sight of things that are important to you. And remember, the Freddy stands for friendly, respectful, engagement, discussion, discourse, yield success. That was good, but I slurred it a lot. That was pretty good. Incomprehensible, and I should never use it, but there we go. Mio says, GiBi, I have a question. Cinemark does mystery movie screenings. Do they use those for test screenings for upcoming movies? No. So when theaters like AMC or Cinemark do little mystery movies where they don't tell you what it is, they use that for marketing purposes. So before the movie comes out, they can be like, this movie's getting 5 stars from people who've already seen it. Or they really do it for word of mouth, right? Like I saw Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die a couple weeks ago, and that movie doesn't come out for another 2 weeks. And I've been telling everyone in my life, like, go see it. It was so good. So it's really a word of mouth thing. They get a little feedback, but they don't actually use that to change the movie usually. Usually the screenings that change the movie happen a couple months before it comes out. Chat, clip that. Me saying 6, 7, or me, like, slurring through my, my little conclusion thing. All right. What are we doing? Oh, okay. So I'm going to talk about the movie a little bit in this video, but we might have to skip around. Also, just prepare yourselves if you haven't seen this video.
I'm Freddy Fazbear. I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna make you scared. I'm Freddy Fazbear. Better close the doors or you're gonna get jump scared.
This is the first thing I did when I got my green screen. I had to get a green screen for an upcoming project, and I'm like, I want to test my lighting. I want to make sure that it works. And so I did this for like an hour, and I'm like, where am I going to use this? I'll use it in my next community update video. And then Withered Circle said, yoink, this is mine now. I'm going to play this in my videos forever, and now it's on the internet forever. I'm pretty proud of that, though. I think it was pretty cool.
Hello, my name is GiBi, and welcome to the Horror Homestead. That was something, wasn't it? That's a new song by Bug Droid Cell that came up on my YouTube recommended page, and I've unironically listened to it 14 times already. Y'all gotta invest
14? Oh, he said the number.
Invest in this meme early. You gotta jump on the train before it passes. It's currently at like 40k views, with great apologies to Teeter.
Oh, I wonder what that's at right now. It's just called This Is FNAF, right? This is FNAF song. 1.5 million views. I invested early. It's kind of like when I was like under 20,000 people to watch Jackie's Box. I feel like I invested early and I got really high dividends from these songs.
This is the best song of 2025. Anyway, welcome back to the community update, where I'm going to be talking about things that happened in the FNAF community over the last couple of weeks, and also answering questions people left in my comments. Let's begin. If this is 1993, then doesn't Mike...
Alright, so again, we're going to skip ahead to movie stuff. Is Angleders, or whatever, is that a giant Clifford? You must be new here. Her. No, but great question. Yes, that is a giant Clifford behind me. His name is Clifford the Big Red Dog's Head. He has a Brooklyn accent. He is from Brooklyn. I rescued him from the train yard when he didn't have any friends. He's in a lot of my videos. You should watch my my 36-hour video about frights, because you'll meet Clifford there. We're going to skip ahead to the movie questions. Why didn't I leave the question on screen the whole time? Oh, is this it? No. Where do I start talking about the movie? The movie. These usually have chapters. Why doesn't this one have chapters? I usually give them chapters. Because I'm lazy, apparently.
Simple fact that Freddy 1.0 is probably just Fredbear. So this would prove the unwithered truth. As version 3, Scott never verified that Rick Faska. I googled this acronym in my. I've never helped Golden Freddy with Happiest Day. Like, for your question, prints of some animatronics, and it's
okay. This is what we're looking for.
So the FNAF 2 movie trailer came out, and we saw some blueprints of some animatronics, and it said at the top, Freddy version 3.0, and so a lot of people are using this as evidence of the unwithered animatronics. What are the unwithered animatronics, you might ask? Well, if you look at the classic Freddy, and you look at unwithered Freddy, bad example, let's look at Chica. You look at classic Chica, and you look at withered Chica. These look like completely different characters. The idea that the classic Chica fell into disrepair and just sort of started looking like withered Chica is a big ask art direction-wise. It's a big ask to just be like, oh yeah, that's just kind of what she looks like now, as opposed to, this was originally a different character. So the concept of the unwithereds would be that the withered animatronics, were you to like fix them up, would look different than the classic animatronics. So the question is, do the unwithereds exist? At any time, was there ever a version of the characters that looked like what the unwithereds would look like? A lot of people, Unwithered Truth especially, given that that's his name, the answer is no. That the classics just turned into the withers and then turned back into the classics when they got fixed up. So using the movie's blueprints to say, oh...
Whenever I try to think about FNAF as like an outsider, it's just like completely incoherent, right? Like imagine you're talking about FNAF 2 and someone's just trying to understand it, and you're like, okay, let's talk about the Unwithereds. The Unwithereds are a hypothetical animatronic that might look like this, but we actually have no idea what they could look like. They also might not exist. It's like, what? Just tell me who the characters are. Well, I can't tell you who the characters are until we discuss the Unwithereds. Like, when, if you guys watched my, like, 3-hour video with JJ McCullough telling him all the FNAF lore, I kept telling him, I'm like, if this was an iceberg chart, we'd still be above the surface. Like, this is literally tier 1 basic FNAF 101 knowledge, and it really is. Because, like, we didn't even touch on the Unwithereds. Like, there's so much nonsense, and I really do feel how crazy it must be to join the fandom now, right? We have a whole host of, like, you know, smaller, younger FNAF creators, you know, in sort of the, you know, the Withered Circle, Narrow Raven, T-Dreads, me, you know, era of creators. And to jump into our videos, and we're already talking about, like, well, you see, during the DCI, it's possible that the Unwithereds actually participated in 14 Freddy Fazbear Burger Theory. It's like, what does any of that mean?
Freddy is version 3.0. That confirms that there...
Oh, BV Studios is here. What's up? Happy birthday.
...were 2 previous versions. So, Unwithered.
Okay, Sophie says, I don't envy the experience of being a normie. Okay, I not to, like, put you on the spot, like, in a live stream. You watched my content before I made FNAF. Did you know FNAF stuff before my 8-hour video, or was that, like, your introduction? Because I've actually been wondering that for quite a while. Hatster says, I can't imagine being a FNAF fan who hasn't been around the entire time. Right? Even, like, I've been in the community the whole time, but I kind of clocked out around Security Breach, and then I tried to re-enter it, or did re-enter it when I was making my 9-hour video. And a lot of my information about fan terms and theory names came from watching a lot of Impulse Evan. And I remember I'd be, like, watching him for a while, and I should have had to intuit, like, whenever he said BV 5th, I'm like, what is that? And then over time, I'm like, oh, it means Bite Victim is the 5th MCI kid. Got it. But yeah, I couldn't imagine just jumping into, like, a modern theory video where we don't explain anything and sort of, like, fully understanding it. Mio says, I only got into it, like, last summer. I would love to hear your journey. Like, where did you start? How comprehensible is all of our stuff? Sophie says, I did. I knew of FNAF and enjoyed it, but I had no one to talk to it about. When you pivoted to FNAF content, I was truly delighted. That's wonderful. You and Rolo are, like, like OGs going way back. Candy says, haha, yeah, imagine being a recent FNAF fan. Yeah, people who, like, joined when, like, the movie came out and, like, watched my video. I started right after Security Breach. I just had to drown myself in material, and I don't regret a thing. Based. Weirdly enough, I started because of Zelda. Mio, that's interesting. Maybe you'll like, maybe you should keep an eye on my channel for any potential Zelda videos I put out in the future. maybe.
And then Toy, and then Classic. So this would prove that the Unwithereds exist in the movie universe. I so strongly disagree, for the simple fact that Freddy 1.0 is probably just Fredbear. Could the Unwithereds exist in the movie timeline? Yes, they could also exist in the game timeline. It's not like it's confirmed or anything like that, but I don't think this is evidence toward Unwithereds. I think this is a hint that Golden Freddy is Freddy 1.0. There's also a mention of this that the FNAF 2 movie is confirmed to be a sequel, not a prequel. So let's actually talk about the confusing FNAF 2 timeline. FNAF 2 the movie. Because we all know that FNAF 2 the game is a prequel that takes place in 1987, whereas FNAF 1 takes place in probably the early 90s. The first movie takes place in the year 2000. So when does the second movie take place? Well, all the characters are older and they refer to the plot of the first movie as something that happened in the past, so it's a sequel. But is it all a sequel? That's the big question. We see a sort of dilapidated version of the FNAF 2 location. We also see the toy animatronics running around in the modern day. We also see a sort of fixed-up version of the FNAF 2 location. And of course, we see what we're assuming to be Charlie's death in the trailer. We have this scene where a young girl, who's totally Charlie, is holding a boy in her arms, running, screaming in front of people. She kneels down on the stage, and I am 99% sure the stage is going to open.
99% didn't sure defer. I don't know how to finish that sentence. Solarwind says, what's up? What's up, Solarwind? People are talking about when they got into FNAF. Crash says, heck yeah, Zelda. GiBi's Zelda Homestead. No, so a sort of potential Zelda video might come on my main channel, which is called GiBi's Good Idea, Bad Idea. Someone also just said that they want to see Star Wars content from me. I have a couple Star Wars videos over on GiBi's Good Idea, Bad Idea. Is that in the description? Yes, if you go to the description right now, GiBi's Good Idea, Bad Idea is the third link from the bottom. And that's where my Zelda and Star Wars content is. Mio says, I love Zelda and Kingdom Hearts. My hubby is a unicorn. He is a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. And he's a One Piece fan. Yeah, I've been, I could talk about Star Trek for a while and my sort of weird relationship with it, because I am a fan, but I'm also like not a Trekkie. So it's like, oh, I'm in the community of people who know weird lore about it, but wouldn't really consider myself to be like an official, like a real fan. I don't know.
She's going to fall into the puppet box and get ground up in it, and that's how she dies and becomes the puppet. So the question is, when does that happen? And the answer is probably a really long time ago. Like, that'll be a flashback in the movie. What's really interesting about FNAF 1 is, besides Mike's dreams, it was told completely linearly. Like, we didn't get flashbacks to the MCI or anything like that. So my thought would be that either FNAF 2 is going to open with Charlie's death, or it'll be a flashback at some point. I think it's probably going to open with all those ghost hunters going in and being killed by the puppet and the other animatronics, and that the flashback will happen later. But yes, the timeline is going to be that the FNAF 2 movie depicts events that happened in the distant past, but is still a sequel. People are actually confused by this. And this person isn't confused by it, they're just bringing it up. But yes, there are people who are confused by this, because they're like, if the game is a prequel, the movie has to be a prequel too. No. Gonna use this
No! I think that's the only thing I say
opportunity
about
to shout out that hopefully tomorrow, Thursday, I'm gonna be going live with some of my friends.
Yeah, okay, so we already talked about this. Yeah, so that's really the only thing I talk about in this video. Yeah, it was a weird time leading up to the movie. We didn't really know what we didn't know what we were in for. We could never have guessed. But we do have one more video to watch, and this is a good one. I always got crazy eyes in the first frame. It's because what I do, right, I have my camera above me, and I have my script off to the side, and I set up my microphone and everything, and then I pause, and I need to, like, enter into acting mode, right? So, like, I'll, like, wave my hand in front of my face, or just, like, lift my hands up and put them down, and I enter into acting mode. And then I jump up and look at the camera, and I go, hey, everyone, welcome to GiBi's Horror Homestead. So I always got a crazy look on my face because I'm like shifting into performer acting mode. Beep, 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 beep. We got some FNAF 2 movie news. That is a Jax Films reference, if you guys didn't believe me earlier about how much of my stuff is based on him. Oh, T-Dreads is here. Hi, GiBi. My name is T-Dreads. I'm a small FNAF channel. I just wanted to say hi. If you wanted to say hi, you could jump in the stream because you're literally in chat right now. Also, if you're busy, that's also fine. Someone says, T-Dreads, you're how I found GiBi. That's very cool. I love T-Dreads. T-Dreads is so funny because like our like he's my best FNAF buddy, and like we've met in person twice now. And it started because like he reached out to me to go on his stream, and I get messages quite often from like smaller channels who, I don't know, I always feel apprehensive about working with people who I don't really like know, because they could always turn out to be like a Funny Guy 13 situation. Recently, someone invited me onto their podcast, and I'm like, oh, like, what's it called? And they're like, oh, it's called this. And I couldn't find any results. I'm like, oh, can you link me to it? Can you like show me other episodes so I know what I'm getting into? And then they just said, oh, do you want to come on? I'm like, can you link me to other episodes? And then they didn't respond for a couple days, and then they come back a couple days later and they're like, are you still interested? And I'm like, I'm not getting in a call with someone unless I can like see that they're legit. Like, they don't have a channel, or I can't find their channel. I don't know what this is. So I didn't do it. The only reason I said yes to going on T-Dread's stream is because I'd watched his video where he made up fake FNAF stories. He's like, him and one of his friends, and then sort of made up FNAF stories to someone who wasn't like a real FNAF fan. And it was like, the one I always remember is, it's a fake Frights story about a guy who buys a rain jacket and then goes outside, and it turns out it's a spring lock rain jacket, and so it kills him because it got wet. And I'm like, that is so funny. And so like, that's when I subbed to T-Dreads. So when he reached out to message me, I'm like, I know who this guy is. He's the funny rain jacket spring lock suit guy. Nope. I clicked the wrong button.
Good days start with homemade breakfast.
Same old good day, same old breakfast sandwiches. Skip. All right, we're gonna actually get going again.
Hey!
It's Mr.
Why are you
Hour.
telling all your viewers that we're friends?
Oh,
my friend
no.
will care.
I will care about our friendship.
You bastard.
This is the last.
I'm on my phone, but I could get on maybe in like 10 minutes.
Okay, this is the last one that I'm gonna look at. So maybe when you get here, we can start talking about like, I don't know, the interesting stuff that was released on Twitter. Ooh, pinky pills. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
And
just clarify, we're not friends. I hate you. You can't be redeemed.
Understandable.
See it.
But, and then Connie also. Oh, but Connie also said that she might want to join later, so that might be happening. So yeah, let's finish this video up. It is muted. How dare it?
And also, I have a conspiracy, and also, I'm going to be talking about the FNAF merch that we can get exclusively at movie theaters when the movie comes out. So, that's what this video is going to be. First and most importantly, we're going to be talking about the popcorn buckets that you can get if you're going to a participating movie theater retailer when the movie comes out, which is in only like 3 or 2 weeks, which is insane, genuinely insane. How are we this close? So each different movie theater has their own deal with the distributors of movies for what products that they can sell. Basically, AMC or Regal or Cinemark will make a deal with, in this case, Universal, to say, oh, we want this kind of object. And then it's on them to go and talk to factories who actually produce the toys. Toys. Merch. These aren't toys. This is very serious collectibles. Look at him. little.
This little plushy guy from Cinemark, this is actually probably the best quality FNAF plush thing that I have currently. I have quite a few, but he's really big and he's very goodly sewn. When I think I've told the story elsewhere, but me and Unwithered were staying in a hotel, and so we drove to the movie theater together, and we were waiting for T-Dreads to get there. And T-Dreads had my ticket because he bought it when he bought his own, and we didn't know if Unwithered was going to be able to make it because he had to fly all the way to America. So he had his ticket, and T-Dreads had my ticket, and T-Dreads wasn't there yet, so I couldn't go in. And I'm like, oh no, what if they sell out of the popcorn tins? So I gave Unwithered my credit card, and I said, go and buy me the stuffed Freddy with the little tin pizza box popcorn tin thing. And FNAFology had also said that she wanted one because she doesn't have a Cinemark where she lives. So Unwithered went up to buy 2 of those, one for me and one for FNAFology. And he comes back with 3 of them. And he's like, they're so cool. When I saw them, I needed to get one for myself. So these legitimately cool pieces of merch.
Little Freddy Faz guy is for real serious collectors only. But yeah, that's why movie theaters will have exclusive merch to them. So each theater's going to have a different offering of things, but also there's going to be some overlap. So we're going to be looking at that first. This is Cinemark. There's generally going to be 2 categories of thing. There's going to be buckets and cups. The buckets are then going to be split into what I'm going to call gimmick buckets and regular buckets, same thing with the cups. So here we have the big ticket item, right? This is the Freddy who's sort of hugging the pizza boxes. This is, as far as I've seen so far, exclusive to Cinemark. Also, there's a big bubble there that says Cinemark exclusive. So you can only get this at Cinemark. Below it, we have the stage popcorn container. That's actually at a couple different locations. So you don't need to go to Cinemark if you want that. We're going to see it popping up other places. These are both what I would call gimmicks. They're in the shape of something weird. They're not really helpful for holding that much popcorn. You're basically just buying a very expensive piece of merchandise that the movie theater can sell as a popcorn bucket, because technically you can put popcorn in it. But we do have non-gimmick tins. So on the left there, you see the thing that has Balloon Boy and Toy Chica. So that's just a typical pretty large popcorn tin that will have characters on it. Usually they're embossed or they're raised in some sort of fashion. And then you just buy popcorn, you put it in there. $15 for that is not bad, considering normally, like, a movie theater large popcorn is probably around that anyway. Unless that $15 doesn't come with the popcorn, that would be crazy. And then on the right is a big souvenir cup, 44 ounces. Some other locations are going to have something called toppers that we're going to talk about in a second. So this is the Cinemark merchandise for general audiences, but there is another deal you can get from them. The big show the Thursday before...
This was... Okay, we almost did this, but it was like a little too expensive. But we did, when me and Unwithered were waiting in the lobby to get in, there were people who were going to this screening like 20 minutes before us with the little coins, and they had this giant table set up that had like the poster and the coin set, and there was just this like I don't know, teenager, but like young man who, just with the least amused expression on his face possible, was just like setting up this table for the incoming wave of FNAF fans. And I'm like, I wonder if I could like buy someone's coins for them, but it didn't end up mattering. But yeah, it was crazy.
Before the movie comes out, you can get some of these items that you cannot get anywhere else. So if you buy the $35 big ticket for the fan premiere event on Thursday at Cinemark's, you get a movie poster, you get a medium drink, who cares. You get the same embossed popcorn tin that you can buy normally, but you also get the gold coin set. You can only get these gold coins if you go to a specific showing the day of, which is so lame, because those look really cool. Like, I know that all the theaters are going to be in competition with each other, and, like, theoretically, you can go and see the movie multiple times, but if there's a piece of merchandise you can only get day one, and it's exclusive to a certain movie theater, that's so cringe. This is Regal, so they have their own version of the embossed popcorn tin. Theirs looks like it's more of a square than a circle, and then they have their cup, which is its own design, and it has those topper things on it. These look like really bad 3D renders, so hopefully they won't look this odd in person. They're probably going to be very low quality. So the toppers are basically the things that go on the drink, and then there's going to be a hole in the lid of the topper, and then that's how the straw goes through. So they're going to have in the back basically like 500 cups, and then like 150 of each topper. And what's going to happen is kids are going to be like, can I have Freddy? Can I have Chica? And then at the end of the movie's run, there's going to be like 40 Balloon Boys left, and the employees are going to hide the Balloon Boys all over the theater. Insider scoop information. Or maybe not, I don't know, that's what we always did. This is just a closer shot of the stage popcorn bucket that's going to be at Cinemark and Regal. It looks like it'll actually have lights that turn on, and then we have what the internet's been clowning on, this awful design for Toy Chica. People have also been asking, like, how much...
LOL. It was pretty dopey. This render looks better than the thing actually did in purpose. I think this is like false advertising. I got the stage one and gave it to my girls for Christmas, says Mio. I bought one, actually. I sent it to Theffy. He's another FNAF YouTuber. And it was pretty rough. The Chica derpness is real.
Popcorn could this realistically hold? Very little. You're not getting it for the popcorn, you're getting it for the low-quality stage toy plasticness. But you can only get it at a movie theater, and that makes it special. This is the big ticket item. This is the Faz Talker. You can get this currently by pre-ordering tickets through Fandango. So if you buy tickets on Fandango, they're going to email you a redemption code so that you can then go and redeem your ticket at AMC or Regal or whatever for whenever you want to see it. But if you pay extra and you pay for shipping, you can get the Faz Talker popcorn bucket. Yeah, if you did this the first day they went live, then yours should have arrived today, because mine literally just came in the mail. That's why I'm recording this.
That's literally why I started filming the video. I had it all ready to go, and then I'm like, yes, we got the bucket.
Video. This is a piece of plastic. It's the kind of, like, light toy I'd expect to...
Sophie says these are on eBay for $1 million. Are they? I don't know how expensive they are. Maybe, Were they available outside the U.S.? I don't know, but it was like $40, I think.
Find in like a, I don't know, like a young kids section in a toy store. It feels like Battleship. It feels like Battleship plastic. You can technically put popcorn in there, but I think it would be very gross. Obviously, if you like bring this along with you to go watch the movie, that would be fun. But also, like, do you really want greasy popcorn in your display thing? I've not turned it on yet. I'm still kind of messing with it. I don't think Freddy's supposed to pop out, but he might be able to.
Yeah, mine came and the Freddy face was like half popped out.
I'm not gonna try. The buttons on the top do nothing. There does not seem to be any lore, just legal information on the bottom. But there is a pull tab, which to me means that I think the screen...
Oh, Colbert says I had to buy mine for like $100. Wow. Yeah, they're not available outside the U.S. I'll look up on like my phone to see what they're going for right now. I would not sell mine. I like mine.
It's going to be able to turn on, so it's going to say something. I don't know if it talks. I don't know if it... Oh yeah, it looks like it... Maybe it talks. We'll see. We'll see what it does. I'm going to pull this. Ready? How do I don't know how to make it go. Yeah, there's a wire, so I think that there is a speaker. Hello? Oh! Hello? Hello?
It took me so long to figure it out.
My Freddy's head is coming out.
Yeah, so you can kind of hear it. The head was popped forward and it had a little give to it. So I'm like, maybe you have to press in the entire head. No, you'll see when I find it.
If you see at the bottom, so it looks like his head can come out, but mine's
it was just
like,
broken.
It shouldn't be coming out, but it is. I was able to force him back in, pressing. Oh, there's a button. There's a button on the handle. Abby. Does it say? Is it gonna be? You're not gonna say, come find me? Is that all you say? Abby. You don't say, come find me? Come on, what is this? What if I hold the button down? Yes! I am here, Freddy! I didn't press the button, it just kind of did that on its own. I'm here, Freddy. What do I do? Freddy, I'm here. Yes. Okay, I don't think it says come find me. I think it just says Abby, you there. I'm gonna hold down the button, see if that does anything different. No. Wow, what a great toy for like $40 or whatever. Can't wait to be hearing this when people are just pressing it in the movie theater. I don't know. It's like, would you bring that? Should I bring that?
No one did that, which is interesting. I didn't see anyone else with one, and I didn't bring mine either because I had to like travel to Brigadoon where I met with Unwithered and T-Dreads. But yeah, no one was really distracting. Someone even came in like full cosplay, like a big Springtrap suit. And yeah, no one was distracting. Good theater.
Back to the theater to be like, look at me, I'm cool. I spent too much money on this piece of plastic. Let me know what you guys would do with your Faz Talker popcorn bucket in the comment section below. Here's a lot of the bigger stuff. AMC, the bougie movie theater, AMC. So, same embossed tin, new cup we haven't seen yet, but it's the same design as the tin. The toppers on this are different than the toppers that we saw earlier. So these are smaller, and these are going to fit into a sort of lid thing. I don't know how to explain this. Do I have any? Probably. So these toppers appear like they're the actual lid of the cup, whereas these toppers are little stands that will fit into an indentation on the lid of a cup. And then they just go over the cup that way that they can design all the cups to be the same with just a different printing on the side. You also have the cupcake bottle, so that's going to have just a little plastic cup inside, and the straw will be the candle, and then the Freddy face removing popcorn bucket. Its eyes light up. I don't think that one talks. Like, I don't think that one's going to be able to say, Abby, you there? So really, I think that I made the best purchasing decision by buying that one. As reported by...
True. So the day after the movie came out, I called the AMC in Brigadoon. I was like, do you guys have any Freddy heads left? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. So I wasn't able to go and get one.
Johnny Blocks on Twitter. We also have Epic Theaters with their Five Nights at Freddy's merch. I don't know what Epic Theaters is, but very cool for them. They have a different embossed tin. They have a different container. They have Freddy in a tissue box looking thing. They have Arcade Drink Bottle, which goes really hard. Freddy Drink Bottle, which does not go hard. The same stage popcorn bucket, and importantly, that's the same Faz Talker popcorn bucket. That's not just a different design that also happens to be the Faz Talker. That is the same thing that you can only get from Fandango. So Fandango and Epic You can get the Faz Talker. They also have all this other cool stuff. Like that arcade drink bottle, I think that's pretty cool. Pizza box, as like a piece of merch, or their pizza just comes in that box on that day. I don't know. Okay, and now we're going to talk about the promo that was just released on Twitter by Blumhouse. So, this is the characters, the actors.
Oh, this is the part that I almost got canceled for, because I made an observation, and people are like, why are you bullying the actors?
Talking about the movie, and they're going to discuss one thing in particular, and that thing is the puppet.
Excited for everyone to see the marionette.
Oh, the marionette, apparently. Not the puppet. This is going to play into my conspiracy in a second. Let's just watch the promo. Emma Tammy, director. The words are on screen. I need to learn how to read.
For everyone to see the marionette.
I'm also very excited for everyone to see the marionette, including myself. We've only gotten little glimpses of it, like in the background behind Vanessa, and we saw its hands. Although, to be fair, only 1% of noticers saw the puppet's hands.
The marionette, she's a very important character in Five Nights at Freddy's.
That is very true. Thank you, Piper Rubio. Confirmed fan of the FNAF games. Keep that in mind for a second.
There's just one ghost here, the marionette.
That is the biggest lore drop we get from this entire promo. What do you mean there's only one ghost here, the marionette? Does that mean the toy animatronics are not possessed the way that the classic animatronics were in the first movie? There's no DCI. It's literally just the puppet animating them? Because that's going to start a lot of discourse on game lore. Now, I've been saying ever since that the movies came out, you cannot use the movies and sort of extend that lore into the games. But having a full continuity where the toys are explained as being possessed simply because the marionette is conducting them, and there's no DCI, and they're not haunted at all, and there's no molten MCI moving some souls over into them, I can see people taking this and running with it. So this is just a huge, possibly game lore drop in a Twitter promo for the movie. Wow. This is like, this is the biggest news of the week. Genuinely.
Creepy as hell. I don't want to meet that in a dark hallway.
Thank you, Josh. And that was the puppet. We've seen that footage before.
Last shot of the
Balloon
trailer.
Boy laughing sound.
It's just a nightmare. True nightmare.
Wow. The puppet's hands.
Creepiest thing?
Okay, so this now McKenna Grace talking. She's going to play someone who's definitely going to die in like the first 3 seconds of the movie. But she is also confirmed FNAF game fan. What's the creepiest thing?
It has to be the marionette.
The marionette. Okay, here's my conspiracy. Sorry that I just paused this on this really cool frame. My conspiracy. I'm sorry. There is no way that McKenna Grace or Piper Rubio would just by nature call this thing the marionette. Nobody calls this the marionette. It's the puppet. If you're a fan of the game, if you've been watching this game franchise for 11 years, you're not going to look at that and go, oh yeah, my favorite character is the marionette. No, your favorite character is the puppet, which to me makes it seem like this promo is a trick.
Okay, so the thing people took issue with, right? You guys know the meme on Twitter where you say, I like pancakes, and then everyone in your chat is like, why do you hate waffles? Right? Like, that's the go-to example of literally anything you say on Twitter will be taken in the absolute worst faith direction, and people will then just literally make up stuff that you said that you didn't really say. If only I had some experience with that recently. I don't know. Wouldn't know anything about that. Anyway, the idea that I'm like, oh my god, it's so funny that they're calling it the marionette because a real FNAF fan wouldn't do that. People came out of the woodwork to be like, its official name is the marionette. I'm like, I know, but we call it the puppet. And they're like, I call it the marionette. Are you calling me a fake fan? I'm like, no. It's just that you can obviously tell that everyone on the set of the movie was told to call it the marionette, and so it comes off as fake. Actually, I think that you're being kind of gatekeepy. I'm not saying that they're not real fans. I'm saying it's really funny that this is a manufactured promo. The conceit of the promo is that they're interviewing these actors about their thoughts on the movie, and they're giving us their candid and their personal opinions on something, and they all happen to be saying that the puppet's the scariest thing. But it's very obvious that's not what's happening, because they're very obviously reading from a script where they're required to say the word marionette. Are you actually stupid and don't know your FNAF lore? I'm like, oh my god, guys, I'm just pointing out how corny this is. But yeah, people will hear you say you like pancakes, and they'll say, why do you hate waffles? Or sometimes they'll hear you say, I actually hate broccoli, and they'll say, why do you love broccoli so much? Because people are stupid.
It's not that they sat the actors down. They're like, okay, we're going to do an interview. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions. What was your favorite day on set? Who's the scariest animatronic? What's the funniest thing that happened? And then they all happen to go, oh, the scariest thing was the marionette. And then they edit those clips together to make a promo to make it sound like it's really scary. I am 100% sure that the director sat them down and said, look into the camera and say, oh, what's the scariest thing? The marionette. And you have to call it the marionette trademark because that's what it's called in the movie. You can't call it the puppet because it might confuse branding. them all calling it the marionette really makes it seem a lot more artificial than what the promo is actually presenting these conversations to be. With that said, look at the freaking puppet! Oh my god! It's just right there! And it's huge, and it's so cool, and it moves, and we know that it's practical effects. Like, Jesus, look, oh my god, I keep missing it. Look at this freaky little thing. It's huge. Can it fly? Can it float? Because this box is really high off the ground, and this thing just looks giant compared to that box. Its eyes look almost sadder than the ones in the game, which seem angrier. I don't know if that's just the color, or if it's just the light or something. Like, yeah, like it looks like his eyes do a little droopy. Oh, it looks so sad. But he's smiling and crying through the sadness. I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad that Charlie probably falls in here and gets killed by the puppet. Anyway, that was about it. New footage of the puppet. It looks amazing. Conspiracy about how they shot the promo, and bucket information. Make sure that you get your Faz Talker today.
And then people in chat were saying that they think it was sold out by the time this video came out.
Echo.
And then, okay, everyone else is saying they looked it up on eBay, and it seems to be going for about $70 to $100, which is not that exorbitant for a collectible that's out of print. So not super bad, but I would not spend that kind of money on it. The whole 15 seconds we got to see it in the animatronic form. Yeah, the puppet didn't really have a lot of screen time. It was mostly McKenna Grace. I know that's Unwithered Truth's biggest issue with it. Once T-Dreads comes back, we're going to start talking about some big news that broke on Twitter today. If you guys haven't been following, Johnny Blocks has been posting stuff that Pinky Pills has been leaking about, like, FNAF concept art. And so we're going to be talking about some of the new art that may or may not be part of an ongoing FNAF project. So we're going to wait for T-Dreads to come in, and also if Withered wants to join. Yeah, Glamrock Ballora is real. We'll talk about it. Toy Baby, yep. It's a lot. And people are going to have very different takes about what it could all mean. The secret dark history of Toy Baby. It's gonna go wild. Toy Baby Elizabeth content, yes, Seeker, yes, you're Eliza plush and like Elizabeth first and stuff like that. There is some interesting lore. The problem is I don't think that it's canon. I don't think it matters. Again, we'll talk about it once I have other people on here. But I'm gonna pull up the images and we can talk about them. Can you say hi to my girlfriend Sophia? Hello, girlfriend Sophia. The dark secret behind Toy Baby. So I have the loop. Who is Toy Baby? You will see. Toy Baby is a character who didn't exist until this morning. So you'll see once we get T-Dreads in here. We're going to finish up our poll here. It seems like most of you are 99% noticers. That is understandable. Toy Baby hurts my brain. Well, it's actually because Sister Location before FNAF 2 is canon, except not really. All right, let's see if I can pull these images up. Let's see if I can do this without breaking the stream. Window capture? Yes, I did it correctly. Yay. Wait, no. Wait, yes. Yes? Yes, no. No, yes. Yes, no. No, yes. Yes, no. Okay. I guess we'll start with Toy Baby. Boop. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, how do I move this around? There, that's good. This is one of the pieces of art. So, this was something that was for a unreleased FNAF project. Unreleased does not mean canceled. But we also don't know how far into development this may have gone. We don't know if Scott saw this, if he would have asked for changes. But we do know that an official FNAF artist made this. Now, this is clearly in the style of an old... the company's called Tiger, which is kind of funny. But like a Tiger electronic game. And so it's like a little handheld game with buttons, and it's like a black and white display, like a Game & Watch or a Tiger game. And it says, Toy Baby's Ice Cream Truck Race. Toy Baby. Toy Baby. Toy Baby. What? What does that mean? What does it mean for there to be a canonical Toy Baby? I don't know. Could it be referring to a fan game like Pop Goes? No, because again, this was official FNAF art, and you're going to see the other two in a minute. But obviously we have Baby. She's wearing this because it's a racing game. She's holding ice cream because it's Baby. But if we take into account that, let's not take into account that this is probably meaningless and that it never became a real thing. Toy Baby would mean that around the time of the toy's development, the baby animatronic was already something that existed, which would sort of imply sister location before FNAF 2. Which means, like, Elizabeth dies. Although I guess she could still die after the MCI because Baby exists. I don't know. I really don't know. It's really confusing. Crash says, I give up on this franchise starting now. Like, I get it. My gut instinct would be to, like, say that it's nothing. Because it's unreleased art for a game that isn't real. And so it really doesn't matter. Because it's not anything that needs to be discussed. The problem with that mentality is that once you start going and explaining to people, like, this counts and this doesn't, you're going to have people who disagree with you. Like, I do not think that the 5 Laps at Freddy's demo means anything. I do not think we can use it to theorize. I do not think it has proven anything. I do not think any piece of evidence from the demo should matter to anything whatsoever. And other people disagree, including my commenters and including other FNAF YouTubers. And so every time I bring up, like, actually, I think that Orange Guy isn't William, and someone goes 5 Laps at Freddy's, and I go, well, I don't think 5 Laps at Freddy's, the demo is canon, so we can't use that. And they go, but I do. It's like, okay, it's kind of annoying, but whatever. Now we're going to have a situation where someone says, I built an entire theory off of the existence of Toy Baby. And I'll go, okay, but, like, I don't think that Toy Baby is canon or matters. And they'll go, but I do. And, like, you can't, there's no middle ground there. Right? It's like I'm rejecting the use of a piece of evidence based on the grounds that it's not a real official released thing, which I think is fair, but other people are saying it exists so it can be used to theorize. So what do? There's no middle ground. Like, you literally just have to be like, okay. That's fine. It's whatever. Anyway, here is Scrap Chica. I'm looking at chat waiting for reactions because I'm sure most of you haven't seen this kind of stuff. This is Scrap Chica. Scrap Chica's Trash Pizza Hunt. Why did they... Horrible art. Yeah, it's not great. Her tongue looks like a worm. I think she's supposed to have, like, heart lipstick on the top of her beak, unless that's also supposed to be, like, I don't know, garbage, like cupcake frosting. There's, she has heterochromia, and so does the cupcake, which is weird. Because now there's going to be Davidisms. Once T-Dreads joins, we'll probably hear a lot more about that. So Mirror Fanboy points out, Logbook Chica but toy. So this is like the first thing that most people on Twitter were pointing out. I think MR Springs responded with, like, just a photo of the Logbook Chica. I will pull up an image of that in case you guys don't remember. But at the back of the security logbook, I have to yawn. At the back of the security logbook was a black and white image of a broken up Chica, like, sitting in a chair. And it was actually quite disturbing. And to this day, it's never been paid off. We don't know what it means. We don't know what it was referring to. So people see a destroyed Chica and they go, oh, maybe it's the same thing. That destroyed Chica was an original Chica. This looks more like Toy Chica, but it's also not literally Toy Chica. It's Scrap Chica, like Scrap Baby. Who knows? FNAF Into Madness. Yeah, there's a project called Into Madness that was supposed to come out, or maybe it did come out, and it's just what Secret of the Mimic is. We don't know. I don't think any Chica model before Sister Location had lipstick. Yeah, but, like, is this even lipstick, or is this just, like, garbage on her face? Does she have a notched eyebrow, or is her face broken? Like, we don't know. Logbook Chica. Withered says Logbook Chica. I'm going to pull up a picture of Logbook Chica. FNAF Logbook Chica. Oh, there's a cool artist rendition of it, but it's not official, so that's not the one I want to use. I'm going to use the real one, which is difficult to see, which is on purpose. Alright. Into Mattis's 5 Laps at Freddy's. Lol. Can I zoom in? No. Can I? Yes. Okay, so this is Logbook Chica. This is the final page of the logbook. We see Chica with no upper beak. She's sitting on a stool. Her arms are dangled at the side. I always kind of made it... I always kind of interpreted it as like her hands are tied behind her back, but I guess that's not literally in the picture. And she's all beat up. Like, what is this? Genuinely, what is this? What is this supposed to mean? Withered says, Balloon Boy's air adventure is called Into Madness in the Files. Interesting. I did not know that. I still think that Into Madness probably just refers to the entire Pizzaplex era as opposed to literally Balloon Boy. But that is fascinating. Security Breach was originally supposed to be called Into Madness. Okay. Oh, in my opinion. Yeah, that seems correct.
Sorry. My mom needed my help signing into Google.
That's wild. Here.
Okay, Unc. Like you're much better.
Listen, I know how to sign into Google most of the time. All right. I'm now sharing my screen. If you want to take a look at that. Yeah, everyone. T-Dreads is here. He always comes back. Everyone loves the T-Dreads. We got 120 people watching, but only 94 thumbs. Ooh, boo. You guys gotta like the stream for T-Dreads. Oh, we gotta start a new poll. Here, when I show you guys the last image, we'll start the poll. So, we've looked at the first 2 games, but we'll look back at them now that you're here.
This is a subtle reference to Chica being a springlock suit. Look at the arms and the legs. This is a subtle reference to Toys R Killbots.
But this isn't even Toy Chica. Anyway, we're gonna look at the last. We'll circle back around to this. First, we have to look at Glamrock Ballora.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, Glamrock Ballora's dance studio.
Travis, can we zoom in, Travis?
What are we zooming in on?
Glamrock Ballora.
Yeah, like what? Scott, what does it mean?
Like the character, the drawing of her.
I can't. I don't know how to use my computer.
Ah.
What does it mean, Scott?
What are those stars? Are those holes in her casing, or are they?
I interpreted them as like
Paint?
tattoos. Yeah, like body paint tattoos type things.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of wild.
Yeah, that's neat that they didn't go through with that.
Well, like that's the thing. Like we don't even know what this was for, or if it might still be used.
Like, well, this is just because she did the art for that, but it looks like the Freddy in Space, one of those games.
Yeah, like the
yeah,
or even Fury's Rage.
Virtua Sisters, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Fury's Rage, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, Jarvis.
But yeah, this is the one I think that's sort of the least interesting because it just, like, when would it have been used? In the Pizzaplex. Was it used in the Pizzaplex? No. So there's not really much to talk about.
Only covering her shins are hilarious. Or those sweatbands. Might be really big sweatbands.
Well, yeah.
Ginormous sweatbands.
As was the fashion at the time. People also said that there was some version of a Glamrock Ballora in the Tales books. Having not read them, I don't know if that's true.
All I know is that there is a Ballora in one of them. I don't know if it's Glamrock or not, though.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm just a stupid shed.
I think that if these had come out before Secret of the Mimic, people would have used it as evidence for Tales games and Frights games.
Yeah. Toy Baby's crazy.
Withered says there's a Glam Ballora with spider legs. Interesting. Okay, I want to get your take on Toy Baby, Mr. Spring Kill Lock Man.
As we know, the toys are Killbots. It's a good thing MatPat never saw this, or it'd be like, Eleanor!
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if MatPat ever saw this, he'd be like, a skinny version of baby. It's Eleanor.
It's Eleanor.
Well, I don't know what the Fazbear's obsession was with the toy animatronics, making them all thinner except for Freddy.
It's to make them more, like, stylishable, like, in the 80s? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but Toy Freddy, they were like, screw it.
Well, you see, Toy Freddy, he's kind of, fat.
Why is her stomach blue? That's weird.
Why does she have a, like...
Is that I'm assuming,
like...
all right, I might be out of pocket here.
Yeah.
That looks like it's supposed to be like a belly button piercing, but it's like a gumdrop or something.
Yes.
Have you seen that too?
The sentence I was trying to psych myself up to say was, why does she have a gumdrop belly button piercing?
Well, that's basically what I just said.
It's literally what it is. Maybe it's a cherry, like the one over there on the little pastry. But yeah, I think that's supposed to indicate like having a piercing, but then it's a gumdrop because, or a cherry because ice cream. But yeah, it's definitely a weird design.
Yeah, she's in a raceway attire as well, like a race. Like you see the checkerboard, like the. So maybe this is what Roxanne was going to be originally.
Well, it's the ice cream truck race. So I think we do know that these were drawn.
Never mind. I just can't read.
TD can't read.
TD doesn't
read. I think we know that these were from 2023, so this would be post-room.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, never mind then. Yeah, but these are both the same thing, right? So I'm assuming these were supposed to be mini games inside of a game. Is what I'm thinking. These were going to be mini games inside a game Scott released.
Yeah, so the question is, I guess, like, is this a real piece of art, or is this more like a piece of concept art? Because if the handheld gaming device in-game looked like this, it wouldn't really fit with security breach type graphics. Like this.
Well, I think what it would mean is that Scott, unless she just made up Toy Baby, I'd assume Scott said, "Hey, draw something with Toy Baby on it." Or, hey, draw something with Glamrock Ballora on it. Or draw something with Baby in the Pizzaplex era. Or, something like that. So I think these are probably directed by Scott.
Yeah, because, like, if they're not, why would she invent 3 new characters? Like, just for funsies? And if they were for funsies, why would they... If Scott didn't tell her to make them, her leaking them seems disingenuous. It seems like she's saying... I have privileged information to secret FNAF characters. But then it's really just her OCs. Like, that would be rude of her to do, but that doesn't mean it's not what happened.
Well, either way, it doesn't mean anything because it's not in the game.
Yet.
Oh, holy cringe. Well, I mean, like, I don't think it's going to get released now. Scott probably launched a nuke at her house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Sophie says basically what I was saying. The 3D renders of what this would be in a game like Security Breach would have the game as like a 3D object and then maybe the artwork around it using Pinky Pills' art here. So at the very least, we can say that like the buttons and the speakers, like this is not what an item in game would look like unless it is, which is weird.
It's just 2D. It's like they use the Minecraft engine where it like, it becomes like 3D. They just use it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Okay.
Have you... I don't know a lot about this, and Withered will not be joining us, but they call it the Fritz game? Fritz game...
Oh, this is the frickin' thing that was on Click Team's website a while ago, where it was like...
Fritz. Yeah, let me pull it up. So, like, that seems... very similar in that it is art. I know it's not really like the biggest bar, but like it is, in fact, artwork. File not found. Very cool.
The week before. It's going to be the week before too, trust.
The week before. Yeah, they're going to turn the week before into like an Into the Pit style game. We'll finally get to play
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before. There we go. Okay, so this was on the Click Team website, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a new location. Maybe this is freaking Fredbear's Family Diner or something.
Yeah, but it's also like falling apart. Like, is everything falling apart?
Actually, it's not Fredbear's. I just saw the characters on the side. I'm dumb.
Well, they existed during FNAF 4. Pickle Pepper says...
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything. Wasn't this like 5 years ago?
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Pickle Pepper hits us with, why not FNAF World 2 or a Scott meme game? We'll talk about FNAF World 2 in a second. But yeah, like we don't know where this project went. We don't know if this was a project, if it's still in development, or if it's the same project.
What is that? What is this? Scrap Chica.
Have you not seen Scrap Chica?
No, I haven't looked at these. I've been at school all day.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Toy Baby, Glamrock Ballora, and Scrap Chica.
But that's interesting. So obviously, I think this is supposed to be Logbook Chica, obviously, because that's before FNAF 6 or the Scrap animatronics were.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the process, it got retconned to being the toy Chica was going to be the scrap one. So Logbook Chica. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. Logbook Chica was supposed to be Toy Chica now, going by this design.
Mm-hmm.
And the toys are freaking killbots. I'm locking it in. I'm locking it. I think Fredden's based in true. The toys are freaking killbots.
Here's the thing. What is Toy Chica?
Whatever looks like that. That's what it is.
William Afton, correct.
Oh.
Now
I thought you meant like, what animatronic is Toy Chica? It's the one that shows
Chica?
up when you Google it.
Toy Chica is William Afton. Who else is Scrap? William Afton in FNAF 6. Now, take a look over at Toy Chica's eyeballs.
Oh my god, it's purple/pink.
I more meant the heterochromia, but like, yeah.
Whoa, it's David Murray.
Yeah, and look at the cupcake. Also heterochromia, God Davidisms.
I don't want God Davidisms anywhere near the character of Chica. I don't even know what that would mean.
Well, Chica is a representation of Fiona, and Toy Chica is William Afton.
Oh, somebody shoot me.
Like God Aftonisms. The cupcake is actually possessed by David Murray. You know how Golden Freddy changes form in every game? The cupcake is actually the same thing. And in FNAF 6, it turns into Helpy. Ever wondered why you've never seen Happy and the cupcake in the same room together? It's because they're the same thing. Because Fiona is Chica. This is canon, and I just came up with it on the spot. The art style and those characters scream meme game. Maybe one of those Digipet type games. I would think that these would be more like again, Tiger Electronic games. I'll find a picture of one of those. Like not a Tamagotchi, but like a real Tiger Electronic handheld games. Or again, like a Game & Watch, if you guys know what those are. Here's Spider-Man. Let's see the Spider-Man.
I thought we were gonna pull up those like really cursed plug and play consoles.
I mean, that's kind of what I am doing.
Jarvis, bring up the SpongeBob one. Just grabbing his schnoz.
Let's see, come on. I had that as a kid, by the way.
I did too. That's how I know about it. Everything I had was hand-me-down. I grew up with the N64, even though I'm like...
Based?
21.
That's why I grew up with the NES, because I got it hand-me-down.
Holy
so, so this is what that's referencing. These old things, they're made by Tiger Electronics, and they're these little black screens, and it's a little mini game on it, and it's a little simple game. And this is sort of what these would be, were they to be like playable in a FNAF game. And it's definitely 90s, 2000s technology. So having it in the Pizzaplex era would kind of be a throwback, as opposed to like a modern thing. Do they still have these? Are any of you kiddos like still get these kind of things? Mio says you had a Barbie one.
No, there's no way. Just get an iPad.
Mermaid. I had Shrek, Spider-Man 3, and SpongeBob, but plug-in plays.
I think we can assume these are all supposed to be from the Pizzaplex because no other franchise would have the budget to give these out, and obviously Glamrock. So Toy Baby was given out at the Toy Baby game console was given out at the Pizzaplex.
These, I would argue that these are the exact type of things like a 90s Chuck E. Cheese might have.
I think you're out of your mind.
For like 1 million tickets.
No, they probably steal your soul or something.
Oh, wait,
Glamrock,
that's true.
Glamrock Ballora, there's no way that exists before Security Reach. It also could look 80s or 90s because that's the theme. That's on theme.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey kids, get away from your iPads and play with one of these. It's good for your soul.
So that means that this is likely a plush trap chaser situation where it's like we can't even tell because Fright's characters are on the arcade cabinets. So scrap whatever it is could be like, oh, in this universe's FNAF 6, Scrap Chica was in FNAF 6.
Yeah, like if we can call him Steve Snodgrass, even though we don't know his name in games canon. But yeah, if he made an in-universe FNAF 6,
Scott Cawthorn,
it had Scrap Chica. No, in the game, he's called Scott Cawthoff.
He's called Toby Fox.
No, whoa. The guy who made Undertale.
Right.
Help Wanted 3 concept, Scott Coffin. GiBi, did you know there's a real Freddy's restaurant chain IRL? I don't think that's true, but feel free to prove me wrong.
Scott Coffin on D's. Yeah, Coffin on D's. All right, sorry.
Am I stupid? So, like, what is this on Chica's head? Is this, like, a bow tie?
That's her weird, like,
her
feather
weird
thingies.
Feather head. Let me look up a
That's
picture.
low taper fade. Imagine if Chica got a low taper fade.
If you asked me if Chica had hair in FNAF 1, I literally would not be able to tell you.
I don't think she does.
She has weird, I'm going to call it like Mario grass coming out of her head.
Imagine if Chica had a low
totally different. Totally different than this design.
Well, good thing the toys are Killbots and that's just toy Scrap Chica. So Stupid.
It's not, this doesn't literally look like Toy Chica, but it definitely looks more like a Toy Chica than it does like a an original Chica. But it could also be like, oh, she's broken, and so her hair is broken too. Or it could be literally nothing.
Wait, that's true.
So it says the chain is unrelated to FNAF. GiBi smokes Mario grass. Okay. There was a temporary Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria at Universal when the second FNAF movie was coming out. I didn't know that. I didn't eat there 2 days in a row with T-Dreads. And exploding loaves. Holy Fazburger. Yeah, so do you have any... Connie has not answered me, so I don't know if she's going to be coming on. Do you have any final thoughts on this new lore?
No.
Okay, I think it's still possible that it might be coming out. Maybe it'll be in FNAF World 2, which I think is probably Scott's next project. No strong feelings on FNAF World 2?
I think that's probably coming next, yeah.
Yeah, if someone didn't see the hint he gave on Dako's stream, he's like, the next project is a sequel, but it's not a 3, it's a 2. And if that's not FNAF
World 2... It doesn't mean it's Secret of the Mimic 2, obviously.
If it's not FNAF World 2, I'm going to lose
the other Secret of the Mimic.
Into the Pit 2. Now it follows the story of Return to the Pit. You get shot by a U.S. Army veteran.
That's awesome. Sister Location 2, don't say that, because I would literally, like, smile. I'd be like, yay.
Everyone's been looking for more Sister Location in like, the last 2 games. What's up, Fred?
Hello, Killbots! Dude, Fredden, this is freaking Toys or Killbots evidence. I'm making it that way. I don't care if it actually is, because I want it to be, it is.
Mio, if you
Everything
wanna...
is subjective in my little FNAF theory land.
Mio, if you want to send me something, you can do it on Twitter or my email, which is on my channel on like the About Me page. Hapset Shut says, what would Sister Location 2 even be? I just think it would
Entered
be...
roaming the frickin' streets, dude. Entered roaming the streets, and you got a pistol, and you got to shoot him. And the only way he kills you is by entering inside of you in a gruesome fashion.
Well, it could be a sequel to the story, like you just said, or it could just be, we see that location either in the past or future, and we revisit.
Okay, chat,
what's
would you
down
pay
there.
$60 for a game where Entered is roaming the streets and trying to kill you and climb inside you? That'd be big.
Like,
just Entered is like a like a monster. Yeah, it's not.
But like you have to roam the streets. Like that's just the gameplay.
Yeah, it's got to be the street. Well, because that's where he is. He's gonna be like Pennywise in the sewer. You're gonna walk by the sewer and you're gonna be like,
I think a Resident Evil 2 style game with Entered as the tyrant, where like he can't die, and you have to kind of do all your puzzles and stuff, and just continually avoid him.
And then he takes down a military fighter jet.
Yes, that would happen about halfway through. You'd go, I have alerted the military. They're going to come in with their helicopter and save me.
You're joking, but I would be I'd be delighted. I'd just be smiling ear to ear. I'd be like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah, you have to like play the correct keys on the piano to open the door to the roof, and then you have to like learn Morse code to tap out an SOS, and then you get up there and there's a helicopter landing platform and the military is coming, and you're like, I finally got out of there. And then the helicopter lands, and then Enter jumps up and grabs the propeller and starts like waving the helicopter around and throws it at an incoming jet, and everything explodes, and you go, no, and then you're only halfway through the game. And that's
that would be so awesome, dude. That would be so sick. And then he gets to FNAF 6 and he's a useless hunk of shit.
It's because Baby left him. Like that would have to be where the game ends. It's like, we found a way to get rid of you. Like we like inject Ennard with something, and they go, we've now found a way to get rid of Baby. And then they eject her, and she's like, fine, I won't put myself back together. And then like we die or something. And our name, Arnold Jr.
I thought you were going to say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. I mean...
Ennard! Ennard, stay back!
Get to the chopper, and then it explodes. Someone says chills.
Get to the fire!
Get to the FNAF 6 restaurant. And then the last shot of the game would be a flyer floating. We're in like a back alley with a dumpster, and a flyer floats along through the breeze, and it's an advertisement for the FNAF location in Pizza Sim, and Molten Freddy bends down and picks it up, and it hard cuts to black. Fred says it sounds like you're doing a Louis Armstrong voice.
I see Ennard on the street. And toys that can match.
the terrible quality of Discord's really adding to it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
In this game, we play as Arnaldo. Put the remnant down now. That's my Schwarzenegger voice. Someone was pointing out how Baby's eyes are blue, but her buttons are green, and this is a reference to Elizabeth Afton. Do you do weddings?
What buttons? Oh, the buttons on the console.
Yeah, the ones on the console. Can you do your Louis Armstrong impression at someone's wedding?
What do they even sing at weddings?
Here comes the bride.
Here comes the bride. Here comes the bride.
Get to the scuba. That's a good one, Fred.
Get to the scuba.
All right, I gotta stop doing that now because I'm starting to feel pain.
I think we're probably.
I don't know how he talked like that for his entire career. That hurts.
Is that not just his real voice?
Dude, how did he do it?
I don't know. It's like Tom Waits. It's like, how does he sound like? Oh, he just sounds like that. Smoking 10 packs of cigarettes every single day.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta start smoking
some
packs. Hey, Benson, now we're smoking packs. Yeah, yeah.
Don't you know you're already smoking? Har, har, har.
Good one.
Good one. Thank you. I'm going to member posts to try to find what Mio just posted. But I don't
Maybe
know
someday
where it is.
You'll get a freaking friend.
Ooh,
It's not gonna be me.
Because you're not my friend.
Yeah.
You left me.
Freaking hate you, dude.
You left me in the lobby of that movie theater without a ticket.
Wait, this is true.
For like 15 whole minutes. Post membership. I don't know how to see my own membership.
But if it were one less minute, it would be 14.
14.
Oh, Mordecai.
My God. Having realized that Benson is from
regular
show has been
that's
so
how you know
funny.
you're an unk. You know you're
Bro,
an
you were
unk.
calling me Benson
don't even
and GiBi Benson for like months. And I had no idea what you were talking about.
Chad, this guy didn't know what Benson was from.
Louis Armstrong can be redeemed. I'm sorry, Seeker. Yes, it was you who pointed out the blue eyes and the green buttons. It was Seeker of Comfiness, #1 Elizabeth Plush believer.
They called you a loser for not knowing where Benson was from.
How was I supposed? Like, what the heck is a Benson? Honestly, it's like...
Mordecai and Rigby. Disprove will care or you're fired.
No.
Oh, dude. Now we got to disprove will care.
I thought I was like 80% sure and then ended up being wrong. I thought that Benson was like an iCarly reference because that's Freddy's last name. And you were doing like a Neville impression. Like, hello, Benson. But
No, it was Mordecai.
I wasn't sure.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know what
Hey,
that is.
Benson.
He's in Fortnite now, but I still don't really know who that is.
Yeah.
Where?
Hey, Benson.
Where in the...
You're not cool. How about now? Sorry, go ahead. I'm stimming.
I don't know how to find my member posts on YouTube.
All right, I'm going to continue to stim then.
Okay.
Mordecai, have you seen Locker 14? Oh, jolly good theory. Oh, yes.
In the community tab.
You know who else saw Locker 14?
In the
Oh my god, Withered Circle. I've seen this before.
Okay, I found it, Mio. Okay. Are those actual quotes from the show? Like, what are you, what are you even saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hacker voice. I'm trying to reverse engineer.
All right, chat. I want to see nothing but I'm Pops in the chat. All right, go ahead. Everyone just say I'm Pops. Go ahead. Go ahead. Destroy his chat. Ruin him. After all, we're not even freaking friends.
Break his bones. Ruin his chat.
Odds for his chat.
Rip to those on earphones.
Oh, I'm Pops. Hello.
Pops was killed by Fiona. I've never had a stroke, but I imagine this is pretty similar.
Hey, don't scare me like that. I just collapse after the 40th vocal stim.
Okay, other unks in chat like Mio and Sophie. Do you guys know what he's saying? Do you know what a Benson is? People who are above 30, people who are born in the 1900s. Let me know if you know what a Benson is, because I do not.
I know people the same age as you that know what Benson is.
Bro's just lying.
No, dude, I used to.
Sophie says, I haven't a clue.
I was about to reveal personal information.
Fred says, people born in the 1800s like GiBi. I was born in the second millennium. You guys are in the third millennium.
Yeah, I used to go out with a girl who was like 26 and she knew what Benson was.
GiBi dinosaur theory. What if GiBi is a dinosaur? What if the mimic is a dinosaur? Wait, that's true. So yeah, this is the image. This is a real location. It is not FNAF associated, but there is a real place called Freddy's. GiBi, what was the Victorian era like? Boo! Boo! You know, your kids, you're going to meet people in like 10 years. You're going to like be talking to someone who's like 12 years old who like wasn't like alive, conscious, like during your adulthood. And they're literally going to be like, you were alive when Queen Elizabeth was the queen? What was the Elizabethan era like? And then you're gonna crumble to dust and feel old. Bro is at the Declaration of Independence. Bro.
I think you're just an unk.
I'm just an unk. Some unks still got it. Wait, that's true.
Yeah.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. See, the thing about that, Crash, the thing about saying I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was, is that these kids don't even know what that quote is from. T-Dredge is not correcting me. And even
no, that's true.
Even if they were like, I've seen that meme before, I know it's from The Simpsons, doesn't mean that they watch The Simpsons. Wizard said, it's the stupid church grandpa or something. It's The Simpsons. Chud grandpa. Bro.
Oh, he must have autocorrected the church.
The Chud grandpa. That's so funny.
Stupid church grandpa. Why is bro insulting my grandpa?
Absol says we're still in FNAF 2 movie. So I've now reacted to all the film theories, all of my own videos. Yesterday on Unwithered's channel, me, TD, and Unwithered reacted to the live stream that me, TD, and Unwithered did before the movie. So I have officially now reacted to all the people I kind of wanted to, that being myself in film theory. So now we're just kind of yapping about this new Pinky Pills art, but thank you for joining us, Absol. GiBi is a stupid church grandpa rip. Sorry, Gibraltar, I don't know what any of that means.
I agree with the statement, actually, if thinking about it.
GiBi and Unwithered.
You can just use your brain to realize that it's true.
Wait, that's true. Pinky Pills is still making art. Well, Absol and anyone else who might be joining us. Pinky Pills stopped making art, but now she's leaking/releasing stuff that she made a couple years ago. So, like, this image is from 2023, and it was never used. We don't know if the project is canceled or if it would still be coming out. But yeah, that's new stuff that's being released on Twitter. If you go to Johnny Blocks' Twitter, he's posting all that stuff. So there's Toy Baby, Scrap Chica, and Glamrock Ballora, and it looks like the poll is finished. 42% of people preferred Glamrock Ballora. In a solid first place, Glamrock Ballora. Oh, now people are asking if you can sing at funerals.
Oh my goodness, I'm done singing. My voice is hurting.
No more singing. Mio, yes, I do remember Freakazoid, although I only watched it a couple times. I was much more of like a Pinky and the Brain Animaniacs person than a Freakazoid person. And that's where does Felix the Shark come in? I don't know. Withered Gibson, I don't know. One day I'll be withered. That's really all I wanted to talk about this stream. I don't really have anything to announce. I am very far behind in my video production. I have spent basically the entirety of January working on the next Funny Guy 13 video, which is why I have not posted anything, but that will be out eventually. But if you all head over to my Spooky Shack channel, I am releasing YouTube shorts now. And I want to see how those do. So I'm doing a full month of shorts. A full month. It is Freddy February. A new short about Freddy Fazbear every day in February. Do you have anything to announce, TD?
I have a podcast, FNAF Mysteries with Unwithered Truth, that I'm working on like right now. So hopefully that's out this week.
That would be great, because that was filmed a long time
TD
ago.
is pregnant. Okay, Fred. All right, there he goes.
Okay. And that's where we're going to end things off. All right, bye, everyone. Bye, Lace Bunnies. Bye, Banana Lay. Bye, Absol. Bye, Withered. Bye, Fredden. Bye, 6OP50H. Bye, Mirror Fanboy. Bye,